Listen anywhere. Sadler Funeral Home, Riley Dental Group, Shelter Insurance Agent Brad.
Doing?
Daddy, I'm going to
All right, I'll dream with you.
From one small dream to over 25 dealerships in the state of Kentucky, we have set out to provide Kentuckians with reliable vehicles and the best customer service for over 50 years. This may have started with a simple dream, but our dedication to our customers will go on for generations.
So this class is responsible for growing produce and flowers, hanging baskets, and different vegetables in our school greenhouse that we sell to the public. We also use the produce that's left over after our annual plant sale to grow here in our raised garden beds, and then we harvest that produce throughout the summer. And then all of that produce gets donated to the Barren County Reads and Feeds program here that we do within our school district.
What I really like about with Project Lead the Way and with the STEAM content that I get to teach is it makes those real world connections. It's allowing kids to put their brain in action. It's not that, we're not at that time in the game where we're sitting and getting and taking notes and content. It's taking that content and applying it to real world selections. And that's what Project Lead the Way is allowing us to do and create those opportunities. Those students that you have in the classroom that may struggle with that reading and math are thriving with this content because they're able to put solutions to problems and fix things that they wouldn't necessarily get in a normal math or reading classroom.
Just being able to figure out what didn't work and how to make it work and how to work through that process just in itself for you as a person is important, but also it builds those skills that are going to be necessary for each grade that follows us.
And an 8th grader in the starting lineup. When we come back, we'll have more of the Don Franklin Glasgow countdown to tip off. We're about 15 minutes away. Glasgow and Barren County here at Scotty Gym tonight on 104 The Score.
At the culmination of our pathways, students have the opportunity to go out into the community and to be able to co-op. It's through these experiences that kids get real life experience. They get to practice the skills that they learn in the class hands-on.
I'm working here at Commonwealth Broadcasting Corporation and it's just really awesome. I get to do lots of cool stuff like write commercials. I've voiced a couple commercials and I just kind of help out with whatever anybody needs. My favorite part is getting to meet all the different kinds of people and also just getting opportunities like this co-op. It's really just been a wonderful learning experience.
Favorite part is just being able, instead of being in a classroom where you have to sit all day, you're doing your own work for something that you're actually interested in. I would recommend this course to other students just because it'll let them know if they would like to do this for a career.
Medical Detectives is part of the Project Lead the Way curriculum, a feeder to the Biomed program at the high school. One of the things that I really enjoy about this class is that it does expose the students to a number of different medical careers and give them ideas that there are numerous potential career opportunities for somebody in the medical field.
I would definitely recommend the class for someone who has interest in medical sciences. And you'll learn a lot about the brain, vital signs, and just all around a lot about science.
Classes that we're offering here with Project Lead the Way, it allows them to have those real-world problems where they're able to connect with each other, connect across soft skills that they're able to develop and work through those problems together. And so within our school, within our district, we provide lots of different opportunities for students to learn, to grow, and so that's what our goal here is at Barren County Middle School, is to empower students through our learning opportunities.
It's not about having kids know content knowledge, like, hey, I memorized this order of things, or I know that. It's actually basically like a knowledge acquisition process. Do I know how to get knowledge? Do I know how to research? What's my question? How do I know when I've learned this? How do I know when I'm ready to go to the next thing? So for them in the STEAM process, what we look at is, what's our question first? What are we trying to accomplish? What's our goal when it's all said and done? I try to have models for the kids. We discuss things. We look at examples from the real world, and ultimately in the end, they have to figure out the engineering process for themselves. I'll provide them with materials. I'll provide them with instruction, even some direction, but ultimately in the end, they have to build these things, and that's the kind of real world stuff they're going to have to work through. That stuff will take them far beyond what they learn here. It's all about trying things, taking risk, and then applying what you've learned in a classroom to what you do in life, and then being able to develop techniques that you can use outside these walls.
Glasgow tip-off in the earlier matchup 2 weeks ago tonight, in which Barren County won 47-36. Neither team shot that well. Barren County was 17 of 55 for 31%, 0 of 9 from behind the arc, and 13 of 17 free throws. They had 31 rebounds. Abby Varney scored 23, almost half the points for the Trojanettes. Glasgow was just 9 of 35 from the field that night for 25.7%. They hit 3 of 13 from behind the arc and 15 of 18 from the foul line. And with 20 rebounds, Chicago Green led Glasgow with 12 points. This is the third game in 5 days for the Trojanettes, having played Monday and Tuesday. They went to Logan County Monday, played Russellville on Tuesday, and get ready for more as they will now play, counting tonight, 4 games in 5 days, with a trip to Monroe County tomorrow night, a trip to Bowling Green Monday night for a rescheduled game, at home Tuesday night against Greenwood as part of a doubleheader, and then host Pulaski County on Thursday night. So, Robert, we're looking at a total of 7 games over an 11-day span.
Get to spend a little time together, don't we?
Yeah.
It's been a little while since we've been on the road, but we've spent majority of January on the road. It's just that little gap of snow makes it feel like more than 2 weeks ago when we played them. And I think tonight you've got a case of 2 teams in Glasgow's boys and Glasgow's girls that are actually a lot better in the records. 3-16 for the girls. I think they're a much better team, and I couldn't get a real good feel the first time we played them, but I think there was no flow to the game. I think they really did a good job defending us, but they couldn't score it themselves either. You went over the stats. Majority of, really, a third of their points almost came, or half of their points almost came from the free throw line. So we've got to do a better job tonight not letting them get to the rim. And the ones that get to the rim, we've got to stop, but also the ones that are shooters, we got to identify and match up. I thought we did a bad job, a poor job maybe, of identifying shooters versus drivers. We're up in the drivers, and they just went past us, and then we're sagging off the shooters, and then they can knock it down. So I think we got to know the matchups. We got to know the assignments, and I know it's been 2 lopsided victories on offense for us the last 2 games. I thought we spread the ball out. We really passed the ball well, assisted buckets. Have been something that we've seen the last 2 games, that in some of our lulls, we have not played the best spaced offense, team basketball, and I've really seen that and liked that over the last 2 games. So the other thing we can do tonight is we have a size advantage at every single spot. We have to use our length. I would love to see us go diamond press. I'd love to see us 1-3-1. I don't think you're going to see a ton of it tonight. I don't think that's maybe in the game plan. They'll see maybe a little bit of the 1-3-1. But what Glasgow won't do is they won't press us a ton. Maybe they should, but they won't. And really, we need to be the ones to control the pace, whether that's in the press, whether that's using our size to get offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, and really get it out and go. And ultimately, at the end, we had really long stretches in that first matchup. To start the game and start the second half combined, there was about 10 minutes where we didn't score it. We have to finish at the rim. We have to get to the rim. We have to control the pace and put some points on the board, because I don't think Glasgow can score a whole lot. They can score in spurts, but they can't score consistently for 4 quarters. And if we can find a rhythm, we can, let's see, what is it, our 16th in a row against them. We won 15 in a row dating back to 12 of 18. December of 18 was our last loss against them, and we've started a pretty good streak. So we need to continue that tonight and see if we can keep pace with Warren East in the top seed.
Glasgow lost to Warren East on Tuesday night, 56-41. They were 16 of 52 from the field for 31%. Hit 3 out of 17 from behind the arc. Addie Slagle, the 8th grade guard, finishing in double figures with 15 points in that game. Glasgow's a team that averages 46 points a game. They give up 53. They shoot 33% from the field overall this season. They've made 84 three-point shots at 26.5%, so it's an average about 4.5 a game. 56.3% for the foul line and 28.2 rebounds. Trojanettes in that 73-19 went on Tuesday night. Mentioned all 15 Trojanettes scored. Shelby Bird had 11, Abby Varney 10, Riley Wilson had 10. They were in double figures, shooting 63.3%, 31 of 49, and 3 of 9 behind the arc. Trojanettes are averaging 55.6 points a game. They give up 39. They shoot 44.5% for the field. They've made 46 threes this year, shooting at 30%. That's an average of about 2.7 a game. 65.5% for the foul line and 28.5 rebounds a game for the Trojanettes. Glasgow's 0-4. They're in the cellar right now with the 2 losses to Warren East, a loss to Allen County Scottsville by 5, and the 11-point loss to Barren County. Trojanettes are tied with Warren East for first. They split with them, winning by 6 and then losing by 8. They beat Allen County Scottsville by 35 and then Glasgow by 11. Warren East and Allen County Scottsville on the docket tonight. We'll try to keep you updated on those ball games. We got more of the Don Franklin Glasgow countdown to tip-off. We'll return after this break on 104 The Score.
Of our local organizations.
I'm super proud of what we've been able to build in the last few years in our program. Our goal has always been to set students up for success. But what this does is I think it is a game changer because it creates that next step of connections for students to what we're doing in the curriculum and allows them to really see hands-on what nobody else gets to see.
I've absolutely loved the past 4 years being in Biomed. I have got so many wonderful opportunities and it's prepared me so much for my future.
I really feel like our rigorous curriculum really prepares them for med school, physical therapy school, pretty much any graduate medical degree. Our table is a great asset. It's really just a really good supplement to help their learning.
Barren County High School is very fortunate to offer multiple career pathways. The biomedical pathway is just one of those, but our focus is always to have students hands-on experience that prepare them directly for the career that they're going to have when they graduate.
I really like the hands-on aspect because I have several students, particularly this year, being that we do have such large gaps from our COVID time, that are having some trouble with reading. They struggle to do that. So when we do the hands-on and they're able to see the models and to watch me do it and do it, that is taken completely out of the equation, and it gives them the confidence to really shine and do all these smaller tasks.
Building that foundation of how students can use science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, making those connections with the classroom teachers and what they're doing in their classrooms as well. And you know, sometimes they don't have the time to do those project-based type things. In our STEAM lab, they're able to do that. And then also with our Project Lead the Way, students are really thinking about how to build and solve real-world problems, presented with scenarios, and then they have to problem solve and come up with solutions as a team. And so we're really excited about laying that foundation here at Temple Hill this year.
We start working all the way from kindergarten, and they start doing, if it's building the 3 little pigs houses and they have to build something and test it and all of these sorts of things, they start that kind of problem solving skills really young. We do a lot of group work, so they have to collaborate, they have to learn how to work well together, how to compromise. It's been really cool kind of seeing them kind of come in to kind of get all kinds of things. And plus it kind of prepares them, it kind of shows them like different career options and a lot of things that they've never thought about before. And so when we're doing Project Lead the Way and we're studying engineering, we'll pull up scientists and we'll pull up astronauts, and we've watched some launches on TV and just stuff like that to kind of show them that there's kind of a big world out there and there's all kinds of places and things that they can do.
Schedule, providing exceptional construction service with the highest attention to detail. And all these are girl-boy doubleheaders tonight, and they're all district games. Allen County Scottsville hosting Warren East, Bowling Green at South Warren, Greenwood at Warren Central, Logan County at Russellville, Franklin Simpson hosting Todd Central, Hart County at home against LaRue County, Edmondson County at Grayson County, Adair County at Taylor County. A couple of single games tonight. Russell County boys at Mercer County, and the Clinton County boys are playing in the All-A-State quarterfinals at Corbin Arena. They take on Murray tonight. That's a look at the schedule, brought to you by CRS Construction. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. They're brought to you by SCRTC, SCRTC Total Communications. For the Glasgow Lady Scotties, record of 3-16, 0-4 in district play under second-year head coach Kelsey Kirkpatrick. Her assistant coaches are Ellie Bartley, Steve Kirkpatrick, and Fred Stockton. They'll start Addie Slagle, number 14, a 5'1" 8th grader. She's the leading scorer on the team, averaging 12.4 points a game. Jakile Green, number 5, a 5'3" freshman, averages 10.2. Kayla Kirkpatrick, number 10, a 5'6" freshman, averaging 7.4 points a game. Cynthia Austin, number 12, a 5'8" junior, averages 6.8 points and 7 rebounds. And the other starter is Carly Hagan, number 22, a 5'7" freshman, averaging 3 points and 5.3 rebounds a game. Barren County Trojanettes at 13-4. 3-1 in district play under 9th-year head coach Piper Lindsay. Her assistant coaching staff Scott Chapman, Brent Spillman, and Michael Toms. Abby Varney, number 11, a 5'8" senior, averaging 17.8 points and 7.2 rebounds. Katie Elmore, number 10, a 5'6" junior, averages 6.4. Katie Gerald's number 30, a 5'7" junior, 5 points a game. Taylor Strange, number 14, a 5'10" junior, 4.8 points a game. And Ann Ashley Atkinson, number 35, a 5'8" sophomore, averaging 4.4 points and 4.4 rebounds a game. And the top reserves off the bench will be 5'6" freshman Shelby Bird, who is actually the second leading scorer in the team, averaging right at 9.5 points a game. And Hannah Bragg and Riley Wilson's been playing some, along with Addison McFall, and we'll probably see Katie Murphy get a couple of minutes in tonight as well, as she is trying to make her way back after that ACL injury. You're following our broadcast here on 104.7 FM and 1230 AM, WCDS Glasgow, and online at 104thescore.com and PC Live tonight. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer, Todd Belcher, our producer. And it's a district game. The Trojanettes need to win to stay in that, at least a tie for number 1, unless Allen County Scottsville can pull off an upset tonight over Warren East. Well,
hey, son, what you doing?
Daddy, I'm going to own a dealership one day.
All right, I'll dream with you.
From one small dream to over 25 dealerships in the state of Kentucky, we have set out to provide Kentuckians with reliable vehicles and the best customer service for over 50 years. This may have started with a simple dream, but our dedication to our customers will go on for generations.
So this class is responsible for growing produce and flowers, hanging baskets, and different vegetables in our school greenhouse that we sell to the public. We also use the produce that's left over after our annual plant sale to grow here in our raised garden beds, and then we harvest that produce throughout the summer. And then all of that produce gets donated to the Barren County Reads and Feeds program here that we do within our school district.
What I really like about with Project Lead the Way and with the STEAM content that I get to teach is it makes those real world connections. It's allowing kids to put their brain in action. It's not that, we're not at that time in the game where we're sitting and getting and taking notes and content. It's taking that content and applying it to real world selections. And that's what Project Lead the Way is allowing us to do and create those opportunities. Those students that you have in the classroom that may struggle with that reading and math are thriving with this content because they're able to put solutions to problems and fix things that they wouldn't necessarily get in a normal math or reading classroom.
Just being able to figure out what didn't work and how to make it work and how to work through that process just in itself for you as a person is important, but also it builds those skills that are going to be necessary for each grade that follows us.
At the culmination of our pathways, students have the opportunity to go out into the community and to be able to co-op. It's through these experiences that kids get real life experience. They get to practice the skills that they learn in the class hands-on.
I'm working here at Commonwealth Broadcasting Corporation, and it's just really awesome. I get to do lots of cool stuff like write commercials. I've voiced a couple commercials, and I just kind of help out with whatever anybody needs. My favorite part is getting to meet all the different kinds of people and also just getting opportunities like this co-op. It's really just been a wonderful learning experience.
Favorite part is just being able, instead of being in a classroom where you have to sit all day, you're doing your own work for something that you're actually interested in. I would recommend this course to other students just because it'll let them know if they would like to do this for a career.
Fresh green real ribeye, crispy tenders. Both these mouth-watering, sizzling signature ribeyes are available right now. Cold Steakhouse and Grill. Who knows what's at stake?
In Glasgow, Campbellsville, Radcliffe.
Basketball is presented by
Trojanettes and the Lady Scotties here for the second time this season and for the second time in 2 weeks. It's Abby Varney for Barren County, jumping against Glasgow's Cynthia Austin. As Jamie and Bailey will toss it up, Barren County moving left to right as we see it here from our broadcast location. If you're watching on the stream tonight, you'll be watching the opposite side as the cameras are based on the opposite side of the floor tonight. Here's Green. Cut back, spin move, right side of the lane, had to curl out of the corner, gives it out now to Slagle. Slagle now on the dribble, coming to the left side. Kirkpatrick fires up a three. It is off the mark. And the rebound chased down to the baseline by Atkinson. Trojanettes coming the other way with it. Here's Varney down the lane, kicks it off. Baseline shot, Elmore, no good. And the rebound comes off to Glasgow's Carly Hagan. Green brings it in front court for the Lady Scotties. We played just over 30 seconds of the contest. As they get rid of it, the right side of Slagle. Once they had it cut off by Varney. Varney fell down, and then Slagle lost her handle on the basketball. Gives it out to Green. Takes it left side. Tried to step back to shoot the three. Couldn't do so. Gives it back out to Slagle. Slagle will hand it off out front to Green to set it up again. 1 minute gone in the first quarter. No score. Here's Green trying to penetrate left of the lane. She carried it. Turnover gives it to the Trojanettes. This first quarter of action brought to you by German American Bank, supporting the communities we serve and believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Katie Elmore bringing it up court for the Trojanettes, crosses the midcourt line. Guarded out there by Green. Goes right side with it to Atkinson. Atkinson gets a screen from Strange, dumps it back to Strange. Strange goes up, has it blocked, and a foul, and they're going to put it on Hagan.
I'm not sure we've ever done this, but if I were to pick somebody that I may have as a potential possible player of the game tonight, it could be Taylor Strange. because of her size advantage. She's been playing really well in the paint, and she could also pull it out, and as she did with that free throw, knock down about a 15-footer. So our high-low game has been really good. So I think we can get in the paint tonight and really execute well on offense.
Strange misses the second of the two. Barren County on the board first, 1-0. Here's Slagle quickly up court. Off to Austin. Spin move, goes under, turns and puts it in.
She was able to use her body to create separation. It wasn't a push-off. It was just with her momentum going downhill, she was able to stop, turn around, and in.
Glasgow leads it now 2-1 over the Trojanettes. Here's Elmore with the left side. On the high post, Strange lost the handle, loose on the floor, and it's going to be a tied-up game. Hagan down on the floor with Strange. Alternate possession goes to the Trojanettes. 6:15 to play here in the first quarter. Barren County trailing Glasgow here 2-1. As Varney left to the bucket, sends it out to Gerald's, and now to Elmore. Dumps it back to Varney. He's taken away in there by Kirkpatrick.
Led her the wrong way.
Yep. Lead pass up to Green, goes under, missed the layup, and the rebound comes off to Atkinson for the Trojanettes. Atkinson sends it off the left side. Gerald's trying to head toward the paint, hooks it off, goes through the hands of Strange, chased it, saved it in bounds. Luckily, Elmore was there to get it. Here's a bad pass, and Austin comes up with it for Glasgow. Patrick cuts to the left side, reversing back right, loose ball on the floor, and scramble for, and we're going to have a timeout. Glasgow will get the timeout here.
What possession, but the Scotty's coach all the way down, Kelsey all the way down, trying to call timeout, and as soon as she had a little inkling of possession, they gave it to her. 2 turnovers in a row from the Trojanettes. One time we threw it behind, and the other time we let them too far. Just not precision passing and on our game, and then we give up a driving layup. So we got to make sure we just stay on. This gym is always things tough to play in. I don't like coming over here because our fans have to get here so early and we're sitting on top of each other, but it also creates a fun environment sometimes because it is loud, because it is packed. So you have to look at both sides of it, but this is why you play the game too. If you can't get up for a Glasgow game, our kids, whether it's home or away, it's probably a tough game not to play.
Right. And you got the shade of blue out there in the court too that don't have that wooden light color except around the three-point line area. Glasgow with the basketball. Green with it on the left wing. Cuts back left. Now stops back and shoots a three, and it is no good off the left side of the rim. It'll go out of bounds.
If you make her put it on the floor, make a couple moves and try a step back three, that's a win. You just don't want her to catch and shoot it.
Barren County with the basketball. 5:23 to play here in the first. A 2-1 lead for the Lady Scotties as Elmore crosses the midcourt line. Green to pick her up. Bounce pass right side over to Varney. Varney dumps it in there in the lane to Atkinson, and going to be deflected out of bounds. He tried to go for the shot, hit the bottom of the backboard, but it got blocked. So the Trojanettes will keep it to the right side of their hoop as Atkinson will toss it in. Atkinson looking, still looking. Sends it out to Gerald's. Fakes the three, drives left of the lane, over to Strange, 15-footer, got it!
That's what we were talking about a little bit earlier. Now we got to get back. Actually, we're going to throw a little 2-2-1. I like the pressure.
Kirkpatrick off to Slagle, breaks the pressure, weaves through traffic, lost the handle. It was knocked away. Strange comes up with a loose ball off to Gerald's. And now Gerald's will get rid of it off to Elmore to set it up. Here's Varney. Fakes the three, moves in, kicks it back to Strange. Strange can't shoot. Out the corner. Here's Varney up the baseline. Little short jumper. Good!
Good offense off a turnover. I like the pressure. Let's throw it at him. See what happens.
5-2. Trojanettes lead it now over Glasgow. They get it in the middle there to Austin. Over the right side it goes to Green. Green has it swiped away, but a foul on Katie Elmore. That'll be her first foul of the quarter. It's Barren County. Glasgow will have it out on the side across the way. So it comes out to Green. County has scored 2 baskets here. And now Austin gets cut off by Gerald and shoots over, and it's going to be no good from 15 feet away. Here's Elmore with the basketball for the Trojanettes into the front court. Takes it off to the right side, gives it off in the corner. Atkinson bluffs the three, out to Strange, right side of the circle. Gives it over to Gerald. She's going to launch it up for a three. It is no good. Long rebound, chased down. Oh! Varney and Atkinson both were going for the loose ball. Went into the Glasgow bench. It'll be Lady Scotty basketball.
We had that one secure. We just got to communicate.
Yeah.
She walked.
And there's a ball. It gets knocked away. Turnover by Glasgow. Gerald's has it for the Trojanettes. Picks it up, gives it over to Elmore. Elmore takes it right side of the corner. Atkinson a three. It's no good. Rebound by Katie Gerald's turns, and I don't know if she tried to go up with a shot or try to pass it off. Going to get a foul on the Lady Scotties. Charged to Jakayla Green, her first, team second. 2 shots for Katie Gerald's.
Let's talk about Katie Gerald's real quick. She gave up a layup to Austin a while ago, but a little separation on the body contact. Down here, she absorbs the contact, stays right with her, pushes her out, makes her shoot about a 12-footer. Down here, she's going to be strong around the rim to get these free throws, and that was on the sheet. You got to be strong around the rim. If you don't finish, you got to at least draw a foul.
Gerald's misses the second of the 2. It is 6-2, Barren County. Kirkpatrick from Austin. We'll put it out front with Green to set up. Katie Murphy going to check into the next whistle for the Trojanettes. 20 to go in the first quarter, 6-2. Barren County. Green out top with it. Diagonal pass left side over to Kirkpatrick. Wants to go baseline, cut off by Elmore. Has to reverse it back out to Goodman, who's in the ball game now. Jordy Goodman for the Lady Scotties, 5'6" freshman, who averages about 3 points a game. Coming down to 3 minutes to play. Low-scoring game here in the first quarter, 6-2. Kirkpatrick top of the key. Defended by Elmore. Left side it goes to Austin. Austin going to launch it up. The long one is no good. And the rebound comes off to the Trojanettes. Here's Atkinson getting rid of the basketball to Elmore. Long diagonal pass off the right corner. Gerald's goes under, trying to force up the shot and draw the foul. No, and then Varney got the rebound. Oh, they're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow to Glasgow. Katie Murphy, 5'6" senior, checks into the Trojanette lineup for Ann Ashley Atkinson. Slagle gets rid of the basketball over to Goodman. Goodman in the middle. Right side it goes to Green. Gets it across the line. Down the right side. Murphy trying to stay with her. Gets double teamed. Going to get a foul.
That was a weak foul. Both of our fouls have been pretty weak. You got to take them, but they will keep us from getting another turnover off of that press.
Coming in for the Lady Scotties is 35, Riley Strode, a 5'10" freshman, averaging 2.8 points a game. This goes basketball underneath.
Foul looked worse on the replay because the other side had a better angle.
Yeah. Comes into Strode, gives it out to Green. Green's guarded by Elmore. Addie Slagle defended by Varney. Gives it back to Green to the right side. Halfway the corner's Goodman. Back to Green. Back over to Goodman on the right wing. Now back out top, Slagle. Out between the circles. 2:13 left of the quarter. It is 6-2 Trojanettes. Here is Goodman with a spin move. Had it slapped away by Murphy for a moment. Then she steals it. Katie Murphy with a basketball off to Varney. Varney down the middle gets slapped away, but Strange there to get it. She had it slapped away, but luckily here's Varney. 15-footer right side. Short-armed it. And it is saved in bounds to Murphy. Off to Varney. Works under. Puts it up. It's no good, but a foul. Was on Goodman, her first, team's third of the quarter.
A lot of free throws shot in the previous matchup. There were 35 free throws shot between the two teams, pretty evenly distributed. We're getting to the line a lot here in the first quarter.
Varney connects on the first. Shelby Bird into the Trojanette lineup, 5'6" freshman for Katie Elmore. 7-2, Barren County, a minute 51 to play in the quarter. Second shot good for Varney. 8-2 Trojanettes would pick it up at a 2-2-1 once again. Here's Green getting rid of the basketball. Kirkpatrick floats it up court. Here's Slagle, feeds it underneath the Strode. She puts it up, blocked by Gerald's, but a foul.
It's all right.
She would have probably made the basket if Gerald's hadn't fouled her. He was wide open. Strode, 5'10" freshman. First free throw is good. It's at 8-3. Barren County with a minute 43 to play here in the first. More for Strode. It's on the way, and she got them both. 8-4. Trojanettes, Katie Murphy with the basketball. Murphy. Bounce pass right over to Bird. Bird looking. Kicks it out now to Gerald's over the left side to Murphy. Murphy back to Gerald's out top. Right side it goes to Varney. Defended by Green. Throws it back off to Bird on the top of the key. Bird now gets covered up. They go to Strange with it on the right side corner. Dumps it off, intended for Bird, but slapped out of bounds by Kirkpatrick.
Got lucky there, another errant pass, but they deflected it towards the out-of-bounds line.
Katie Murphy to toss it in for the Trojanettes. Gets it right into Varney, and she puts it in.
Had to fight through a lot of contact, to be honest with you, but it was around the waist, and she finished up top strong.
10-4, Trojanettes lead it. Green lives to Slagle over the right side. Kirkpatrick back to Slagle. Left side to Green. Down low is Strange, working underneath, up and under. Moo puts it in.
She did a good job defending, staying on her feet there, but
it's 10-6, Barren County with 50 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Varney with the basketball, right side of the key, had it slapped away. Bird had it for a moment, lost it. Kirkpatrick off to Green, stolen away from behind by Murphy into the hands of Varney, and she is fouled. It's up her first. That's number 4 on the Lady Scotties here in the quarter. Coming in for Coach Piper Lindsay now, Hannah Bragg, a 6-foot sophomore. In for Glasgow now is Sydney Kuykendall, a 5'3 junior. 35 seconds to play in the quarter. Barren County leads it 10-6. Murphy with it out top, right side to Bird. Gets a screen from Bragg, looking for Bragg, couldn't get it. Back to her. Left side it goes to Varney. Varney wants to drive against Kirkpatrick, puts it up, no good, but a foul on Kirkpatrick. That'll be her first. Number 5 on the Lady Scotties here in the quarter. And Abby Varney will go back to the free throw line to shoot a pair with 22.6 to play in the first.
I think they put it on Strode.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
35 Strode instead of Kirkpatrick, okay. Free throw's good for Varney.
Well, he shot 8. Is that 8 free throws?
That is number 7.
This will be 8?
This will be number 8. Green comes back in for Coach Kelsey Kirkpatrick.
I take that pace. I'd take about 24, 25 free throw attempts.
Varney for the second of 2 on the way. Good. Barren County 6 of 8 at the line here in the first quarter, leading 12-6 over the Lady Scotties. Here's Addie Slagle with the basketball for Glasgow. Slagle guarded by Varney. Left side, Green circles halfway out. Now leaves it with Slagle once again. Down to 7 seconds. Slagle taking it to the left side, back to the right. Pass deflected. Bragg's got it. Throws it up court. Green catches it. That's the end of the quarter. After 1 here at Scotty Gym, it's Barren County 12, Glasgow 6. We'll come back in a minute. This is Trojanet basketball on 104 FM, The Score.
Medical Detectives is part of the Project Lead the Way curriculum, a feeder to the Biomed program at the high school. One of the things that I really enjoy about this class is that it does expose the students to a number of different medical careers and give them ideas that there are numerous potential career opportunities for somebody in the medical field.
I would definitely recommend the class for someone who has interest in medical sciences. And you'll learn a lot about the brain, vital signs, and just all around a lot about science.
Classes that we're offering here with Project Lead the Way, it allows them to have those real world problems where they're able to connect with each other, connect across soft skills that they're able to develop and work through those problems together. And so within our school, within our district, we provide lots of different opportunities for students to learn, to grow. And so that's what our goal here is at Barren County Middle School, is to empower students through our learning opportunities.
On the Coca-Cola scoreboard update, Warren East girls lead Allen County Scottsville 23-19 at the end of the first quarter. A lot of scoring going on in that ball game. 12-6 here. Trojanettes leading the Lady Scotties as we start quarter number 2, brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op.
We might not have 23-19 here at about the third quarter of this scoring
that's right,
pace.
the way things are going. Atkinson to the corner, Bird on the left-hand side. Bird tosses up to Bragg, left elbow shot, bounces high off the rim. Green with a rebound for Glasgow. And she'll bring it in front court for the Lady Scotties. Right side it goes to Austin. Austin fakes one way, goes the other against Atkinson, turns, gets double-teamed, throws it back out to Slagle. Back to Kirkpatrick, can't leave her any space as Bird defends her. Kirkpatrick backs away on the dribble, now gets rid of the basketball to Green. Green to the right-hand side. Green looking inside. Trying to penetrate, can't go. Trying to find Kirkpatrick coming by. Right side goes underneath the basket, threw it right in the lane. Had nowhere to go, and it is ripped away by Shelby Bird.
Nice strength by Shelby digging it out.
Bird left side, over the right side, Atkinson. Three, no good, off the top of the iron. And the rebound coming out there is Austin. Slings it up court now to Hagan. Runs into Bird, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Shelby Bird. Her first, team's first of the second quarter. I'm not sure about that one. Patrick bounces into play to Austin, out to Green. Green gets rid of the basketball. And pass deflected up in the air, trying to go inside. It's Atkinson with it. Atkinson fires it down to the right corner to Varney. Varney with Shelby Bird driving into the paint, trying to dump it off, and Bragg couldn't handle it. I don't know if she was trying to go for the shot, and it kind of slipped out of her hands, but Glasgow has the ball going the other way. Slagle, crossover move to the bucket, puts it up too strong against the window, put back up. Oh, going to be a foul on Hannah Bragg. First, that's Barren County's second of the quarter. And that sends to the free throw line for Glasgow, Carly Hagan, a 66.7% foul shooter. So it is no good. She'll have one more as Riley Wilson comes in to replace Hannah Bragg for the Trojanettes. One more for Hagan. It's on the way. She got that one. 12-7. Kirkpatrick checks out for Glasgow, replaced by Jordy Goodman. Elmore will bring it up. 6:25 to play in the first half. Barren County leads it 12-7. Elmore, bounce pass left to Wilson. Wilson looking. Now back out top to Atkinson. Atkinson now picks up her dribble and bounces over to Varney. She's defended by Slagle. Drives. Dumps it back off, stolen away. Slagle's got it for the Lady Scotties. Takes it left to the lane. Shot blocked by Bird and taken by Varney. Varney pushing it down. Pulls up in the lane and a traveling violation on Varney. Coach Piper Lindsay, a 30 with 5:56 to play in the first half. It is 12-7. The second quarter brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. As we take the timeout here, brought to you by The People's Bank. The People's Bank working for you with a location in Cave City.
A little sloppy, 2 turnovers in a row. In a low-scoring game, you can't afford multiple possessions back-to-back without at least some little bit of offense. No shots and really no points as we have had a little over 2 minutes. Talked about earlier in the pregame that matchup earlier at Trojan Gym had long stretches where the Trojanettes did not put any points on the board. Right now, we have not been able to match their strength, driving it or on the offensive end.
It was set up. Full court pressure comes into Green. Now going up the right side with a crossover move is Austin. She pulls up, throws it across. Slagle spots up. 3. Got it.
Got to match up. That's what we talked about also in the earlier spots. You really cannot afford to leave their shooters wide open without a hand in their face.
21st three-point shot made by Addie Slagle, the 8th grader for Glasgow. It is 12-10. Varney trying to drive, can't go. Wilson out to Bird, and a foul charge to Goodman. Her second, team's first of the second quarter. County's basketball on the side, 5:29 to play in the second period. Leading 12-10 as Kirkpatrick returns to the Lady Scouting lineup. Ball comes out to Elmore, swings it left over to Atkinson. Atkinson feeds it to Varney in the left corner. Varney gets back behind the arc, throws it back out front to Atkinson. Atkinson now angles off to the left, looking right, goes back left, goes to Varney in the corner, dumps it in there to Wilson. Here's a lob. It's going to go over Elmore and out of bounds.
You are that wide open, you really can't force a lob because she had 2 people sitting on her. Elmore did. You got to make that 15-foot jumper.
Bad pass, bounce pass underneath Bird, puts it up and in from Atkinson.
Haven't really had a lot of opportunities to get We haven't scored it.
No. And Kirkpatrick gets through the basketball. Here on the near side as Green breaks to the middle of the court. Bounce pass underneath. Shot put up and in by Hagan.
You got to sprint back to the middle of the lane, and we didn't have anybody sprinting back.
And it's 14-12. Barren County with a 2-point lead. And Elmore loses the handle, but it was swiped by Kirkpatrick into the Glasgow bench. Coming in for Glasgow now is Addison Norris, a 5'7" sophomore. His basketball, Bird gets it inbounds to Varney out front. Varney working around the screen out top. Dumps it off to Charles on the left side. Fakes, drives, goes under, throws it up. It's no good, but a foul on Glasgow. They'll put it on Kirkpatrick, and that is number 1 on Kirkpatrick's second foul on the Lady Scotties here in the quarter.
We've got to get in a little bit of rhythm, spacing it, and then figuring out where we can drive and do not allow their help. What they've done a really good job is handing off. When we drive and they beat their man, then they just hand off to the help, and it's really been difficult around the rim for us. But when we spread it out, we get free throws.
Katie Murphy came in for Abby Varney for just a moment. Free throw, Gerald's missed them both. Rebound comes off to Glasgow. Gerald's 1 of 4 from the line. It's a 14-12 ball game. Glasgow can tie it on a 2 or take the lead on a 3. 4:17 to play in the half. Green with it. Out near midcourt. Wants to drive against Elmore. To the bucket. Throws it up and no good. Rebound Atkinson. Trying to split the defenders there. Here's Elmore. Into the front court. Down the middle. Goes to the basket. Flips it up. No. Hit the right side of the bottom of the back of the rim. And Glasgow has it coming back the other way. Kirkpatrick crosses the midcourt line. Kirkpatrick bounce pass off to Austin, left of the circle. Back out to Green. Green leaves it with Jordy Goodman. Back out to Jakyle Green. 3:36 to play in the half. Barren up by 2. It's 14-12. What we got here? Shelby Bird.
She just bear hugged her. She did a really good job cutting in front of Green, not letting her face cut her, but she bear hugged her at the end of it and got a hold call.
And that's her second foul, so she'll have to come out. Top. Green backs away. Let's go patient with the basketball. Norris sets a screen. They had to switch as Gerald's had to pick her up. Ball thrown away in the corner, out of bounds, and Barren County will have the basketball. It's Addie Slagle back on the court now for Norris. Varney will play the point here this trip.
Trying to some matchups here.
Left side it goes to Murphy. Puts it down to Gerald's underneath to Atkinson. She puts it up and in.
That was a set play. It took us a little while to kind of figure out what we were supposed to do, but once we did, it worked as designed.
And Slagle is called for steps.
Need to go on a little,
will get it back.
Sorry, we need to go on a little bit of a run here. 2:48 to go in the half. We need some separation. I think our largest lead was the quarter break lead at 6, and it's 4 now, so we're not too far away, but we needed some back-to-back buckets and back-to-back stops.
Yeah. Elmore with it out front against Green. Right side it goes to Gerald's. Gerald's fakes, moves in, can't go. That comes back out to Murphy. Murphy out to Elmore. Spin move, left to the lane, splits the defenders, puts it in. Oh! Elmore will commit her second. Team's fourth. She'll come out, and Taylor Strange is back in for the Trojanettes. 2:25 to go in a half, 16-12. Barren County won the first matchup, 47-36, 2 weeks ago tonight. Here's Addie Slagle. Fitted closely by Varney. Going to fire up a three-point shot. It is off the back iron, and somebody pushed off.
35, Strode.
It's going to be on Strode, her second.
Went right in the middle of Taylor Strange's back.
So now, coming back in for Glasgow will be Hagan and Norris. 2:05 to play before halftime. This ball comes into Katie Murphy. We'll leave it with Atkinson. She'll bring it across the timeline. Atkinson, bounce pass is broken up, stolen by Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick to the rack, puts it up, and a foul.
6 turnovers this quarter, 9 for the game.
Way too many. And at the line for Glasgow will be Kayla Kirkpatrick. 58% foul shooter. The first one is good. It's her first point of the basketball game. 16-13. Second shot for Kirkpatrick is off the front iron. Ball's tipped in the air, grabbed by Murphy. Murphy wants to run with it. Dumps it off underneath, and a shot blocked out of bounds. Or a foul. Atkinson will head to the free throw line. The foul on 23. That's Addison Norris, her first, team's fourth.
Happy quarter, 11
for the Trojanettes. Side, backdoor pass, goes through the hands of Varney, chased it down, but it hit the inline. Turnover by Barren. With a minute to go here in the first half. On the dribble, right side Kirkpatrick. Coming around, Murphy goes in the corner. Slagle fires away and hits it. Long two for Slagle. And it's a 1-point ball game, 17-16 with 38 seconds to play. Turnover by Barren once again. Green with it on the left side. 32 seconds to play. Norris with it right side. Slagle, a three is no good. Long rebound back to Slagle. Fires it off to Kirkpatrick. Fakes, drives in, falls down with a basketball in the lane. And it'll be a jump ball possession arrow back to the Lady Scotties with 20 seconds left in the quarter. Comes out for Glasgow, replaced by Austin. Glasgow ball underneath, Kirkpatrick. Out to Slagle, out of the right side, back to Austin to the baseline. Trying to work inside, kicks it back to Slagle for a three. No. Rebound comes off to Gerald's. Down to 10 seconds, going to have to move it. Down to 7. Here's Atkinson. Long pass down the court. Taylor Strange out of the corner. It is no good. Rebound Slagle, and that will end the half. And they're only up by 2 here at the break. It is 17-15 Barren County. Back with a halftime report in a moment on 104 in The Score.
It's not about having kids know content knowledge, like, hey, I memorized this order of things, or I know that. It's actually basically like a knowledge acquisition process. Do I know how to get knowledge? Do I know how to research? What's my question? How do I know when I've learned this? How do I know when I'm ready to go to the next thing? So for them in the STEAM process, what we look at is, what's our question first? What are we trying to accomplish? What's our goal when it's all said and done? I try to have models for the kids. We discuss things. We look at examples from the real world, and ultimately in the end, they have to figure out the engineering process for themselves. I'll provide them with materials. I'll provide them with instruction, even some direction, but ultimately in the end, they have to build these things, and that's the kind of real world stuff they're going to have to work through. That stuff will take them far beyond what they learn here. It's all about trying things, taking risk, and then applying what you've learned in a classroom to what you do in life, and then being able to develop techniques that you can use outside these walls.
I'm super proud of what we've been able to build in the last few years in our program. Our goal has always been to set students up for success. But what this does is, I think it is a game changer because it creates that next step of connections for students to what we're doing in the curriculum, and allows them to really see hands-on what nobody else gets to see.
I've absolutely loved the past 4 years being in biomed. I have got so many wonderful opportunities, and it's prepared me so much for my future.
I really feel like our rigorous curriculum really prepares them for med school, physical therapy school, pretty much any graduate medical degree. Our table is a great asset. It's really just a really good supplement to help their learning.
Barren County High School is very fortunate to offer multiple career pathways. The biomedical pathway is just one of those, but our focus is always to have students hands-on experience that prepare them directly for the career that they're going to have when they graduate.
They're recognizing the 2014 4th Region champs Glasgow Lady Scotties, who at that time were under head coach Justin Stinson. Scoring game, and before we get into the scoring and stats, we'll give you an update on the Warren East Allen County Scottsville game and the girls contest. Warren East leading by 10 at the break, 39-29 over the Lady Patriots. This is the halftime report brought to you by Extreme Cheer. Glasgow had 5 field goals in the first half, one of those a 3-point shot. They were 4 of 6 from the foul line. Addie Slagle with a 3 and a 2 for 5 points, 1 point for Kayla Kirkpatrick on a free throw. Cynthia Austin scored a field goal for 2. Carly Hagan had 3 and a field goal and 1 of 2 from the foul line. Riley Strode with a field goal and 2 free throws for her 4 points. Jakyla Green started the ball game along with Jordy Goodman, Addison Norris, and Sydney Kuykendall. They all failed to score in the first half. For Barren County in the first half, same number of field goals, 5 field goals for the Trojanettes, 7 of 12 from the free throw line in the first half. And for the scoring, Abby Varney with 8 points, all in the first quarter. A couple of field goals, 4 for 4 from the line. 3 points for Taylor Strange on a field goal and 1 of 2 from the foul line. And Ashley Atkinson, same number, 3 points, basket, 1 of 2 from the foul line. A basket from Shelby Bird. 1 out of 4 free throws for Katie Geralds. Katie Elmore started the ball game, has not scored. Katie Murphy, Hannah Bragg, and Riley Wilson saw action but did not score in the first half. So Trojanettes up by 2, 17-15. They led 12-6 at the end of the first quarter and got outscored by the Lady Scotties 9-5 in the second quarter. So the only thing really keeping them in the lead are free throws. They made 7. Glasgow has made 4.
Been a struggle in the first half. 5 of 15 shooting, 33%. Did not hit any of our 3 3-point attempts. 5 of 17 for the Lady Scotties and just 1 of 7 from 3. So really fortunate they haven't made any more of those threes. They've had a couple good looks, haven't gone down. If they would have clearly had the lead and maybe a significant lead. Both teams have struggled handling the basketball. 11 turnovers for the Trojanettes, 11 turnovers for the Lady Scotties. On our part, that's way too many. We've been careless with the basketball, but credit their defense. They have really ball pressured us. They've made it hard for passing lanes to be open. We haven't been really firm in our screens, setting screens, getting people open, motion offense. Hasn't really been that crisp. We out-rebounded a 14-12, had 4 offensive rebounds. I think there's more opportunities there. Continue to crash that offensive glass, only 2 offensive boards for Glasgow. And when you struggle to shoot the basketball, you can really play kind of like ball line defense. You really don't even have to get outside the 3-point line, and you can pack it all in the paint. And they're not extending their defense, but when they are, they're putting the ball pressure on, and we're making bad decisions, turning the basketball over. So really right now we're making it easy on Glasgow. On the defensive end, we've got to make some shots. We've got to continue to go to the rim, run some set plays, keep the spacing. And on the defensive end, we're not playing terrible. When you only give up 15 points in a half, that's not really that bad. We got to continue to match their physicality. When they go to the rim, they're going right to our chest. It would be great to take a charge or 2, like Slagle did down here on us. But if not, stand your ground and don't let them just push you into the paint and get layups. And always identify where their kicks are. Slagle's not going to go to the rim a whole lot, but she's going to always find an opening where they can kick it to her and she can knock down a 3. And really, we've held Kirkpatrick, who's one of their scorers, just a single free throw. So all in all, defense is not terrible. We've got to find an outlet on the offensive end to get something going, anything going. And really, turnovers, points off turnovers, and free throws is the only way we're scoring. It's very limited when we've scored in the half court.
This is the Extreme Cheer halftime report. It's a busy time here. 4 out of the next 5 days. Trojanettes have ball games. Go to Monroe County tomorrow night. Bowling Green on Monday night on the road. Greenwood at home on Tuesday night. The next Thursday night, Pulaski County. So a pretty tough stretch of games coming up. Monroe County lost to Metcalfe County last night in the girls' game 49-44. Monroe's boys lost to Metcalfe last night in double overtime 70-68. So Monroe County a very tough place to play. And we'll see a doubleheader there tomorrow night in Tompkinsville.
Monroe County's not going to make it easy on us going down there. Bowling Green, obviously top 2 team in the region right now by the polls. Greenwood is never a gimme game, and Pulaski, oh boy, they're tough. So it's a tough stretch for the Trojanettes, especially when you couple it with the fact that there's no rest whatsoever for us in between those games. You got one day of rest, and you got to get out there and play every other game. So you absolutely don't want to just hand the 1 seed to Warren East tonight with a loss, and you don't want to start this tough stretch of the 4 games in 5 days with a loss on home or at home or on the road to one of your biggest rivals.
Yeah. Get the local news, information about local events, and much more that you need to know from Barren County and Glasgow online by logging on to GlasgowNews1.com. And make sure you join James Brown and John Butler for the Brown Sports Bag, an hour-long sports show every Monday afternoon at 4 o'clock on 104.7 The Score. I guess halftime's extended a little bit.
It had to have been. I feel
like got 5 minutes up there.
I feel like we've done our normal deal and talked like we had, and they've definitely extended it. They recognized, what was it, the 2014 Regional Championship girls team. So that might have been why they put some extra time on the clock, but they could have done that and still kept the time the same and had no real changes. But I think they chose to do otherwise. It might not have told really anybody because our girls are the only ones back out here.
Yeah. Foul situation in the first half where Glasgow, Riley Strode picked up 2. Jordy Goodman had 2, 1 each on Slagle, Green, Kirkpatrick, Hagan, and Norris. Barren County, Katie Elmore picked up 2. Shelby Bird picked up 2 fouls in the first half, 1 each on Varney, Geralds, Atkinson, and Bragg. So we're at halftime. Trojanettes 17, Glasgow 15. We'll come back and get ready for second half action here from Glasgow High School Gym. The Farmers RACC Jackie Browning second half and third quarter, sponsored by Southern States Glasgow Co-op when we come back after this break on 104 The Score.
I really like the hands-on aspect because I have several students, particularly this year, being that we do have such large gaps from our COVID time, that are having some trouble with reading. They struggle to do that. So when we do the hands-on and they're able to see the models and to watch me do it, that is taken completely out of the equation, and it gives them the confidence to really shine and do all these smaller tasks.
Building that foundation of how students can use science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, making those connections with the classroom teachers and what they're doing in their classrooms as well. And you know, sometimes they don't have the time to do those project-based type things. In our STEAM lab, they're able to do that. And then also with our Project Lead the Way, students are really thinking about how to build and solve real-world problems, presented with scenarios, and then they have to problem solve and come up with solutions as a team. And so we're really excited about laying that foundation here at Temple Hill this year.
We start working all the way from kindergarten, and they start doing, if it's building the 3 Little Pigs houses and they have to build something and test it and all of these sorts of things, they start that kind of problem solving skills really young. We do a lot of group work, so they have to collaborate, they have to learn how to work well together, how to compromise. It's been really cool kind of seeing them kind of come in to kind of get all kinds of things. And plus it kind of prepares them, it kind of shows them like different career options and a lot of things that they've never thought about before. And so when we're doing Project Lead the Way and we're studying engineering, we'll pull up scientists and we'll pull up astronauts, and we've watched some launches on TV and just stuff like that to kind of show them that there's kind of a big world out there and there's all kinds of places and things that they can do.
you can't get to the games to follow Barren County Trojan and Trojanette basketball, you now have all these options to listen or watch the games live. You can listen on air at 12:30 a.m. and 104.7 FM. Listen and watch at 104thescore.com. Listen and watch at the 104 The Score app on your smartphone. And you can watch on youtube.com/BCHS Live. You can also watch the games on EPB Channel 19 and SCRTC Channel 97. Lots of options in listening and or watching Barren County High School basketball from 104 The Score. Again, tomorrow night we'll be in Tompkinsville. The Trojans and Trojanettes taking on Monroe County. We'll be on the air with a broadcast around 5:45 or so here on 104 The Score and 104thescore.com. And again, Monday night we'll be on the road at Bowling Green for a rescheduled game. That's a JV varsity doubleheader, by the way. And I think the JV game starts at 5:30 Monday night. We'll have the varsity game following the JV game on Monday night. Then we'll be back home on Tuesday night when the Trojanettes and Trojans take on Greenwood. Gators coming in on Bobby Steenberg and court Tuesday night before the Trojanettes host Pulaski County next Thursday night. And we have no Friday night game next week.
So weird that you have the stretch of games and then you're off on a random Friday. But it just doesn't work always to make up the game on that open Friday because everybody else has games.
And then next Saturday night, a week from tomorrow night, the Trojans are in Owensboro at the Sports Center to take on Butler County. They play the very last game.
Nice.
There's 5 or 6 games that day, and we've got the very last one. Pretty busy time right here, right in the middle of the basketball season. About a month away from district tournament time. We've got a lot of games to cover before then.
Bottom line is we've got to find some offense. We've got to find some offense, and that's a broken record, but we've got to find some offense, and it's got to come quickly because the more and the longer you let Glasgow hang around here, the more confidence they're going to get. Their crowd, albeit a lot smaller than ours, is going to get behind them. We got to give our kids who have a ginormous student section over there something to cheer about and just find some ways to get it done. Bottom line.
Trojanettes moving to the left side of your radio dial, to the right side when you're watching on the BCHS Live. Here's Varney curling around right side, drives in, puts up the shot. It's no good, but a foul.
Went right at the body of Austin that time, and she wasn't going to take a charge. So Abby challenged her, and we're going to get free throws 12 seconds into the second half.
Abby Varney 4 for 4. She scored all of her points in the first quarter, did not score in the second quarter. Trojanettes only had 2 field goals, and she misses that free throw.
What was our 7 of 12?
7 of 12, now 7 of 13.
Shooting right under or right above 50%, aren't we?
Second shot is good. Only had 2 field goals in the second quarter. Glasgow had 3 in the second quarter. One of those a 3-point shot.
We dropped back in the half court. An opportunity to go press there, but maybe a change strategy.
Left elbow is Austin. Hands it off in there to Kirkpatrick. She fell down and loses the basketball. Here's Elmore with it. Bounce pass off to Atkinson. Kicks it out to Geralds for a 3. It is coming off the rim. Battle for the rebound. Underneath, Green has it for Glasgow. Brings it up, runs into Varney, an offensive foul.
Hey, there's a charge. Gives you a little energy, motivation. Good job cutting off the sideline there and not letting them pass. 2 turnovers for Glasgow to start the half.
That's second foul on Green. Barren County's basketball. Atkinson will put it in play here, but first, coming off the bench for Glasgow will be Jordy Goodman. She's going to come in for Kirkpatrick. Now we're ready to go as Atkinson will toss it in. Sends it out to Elmore. 18-15, Trojanettes lead it by 3. Green defends her pass knocked away. It's picked off. It's Slagle. Off to Green. Back to Slagle. Got it.
Good job. 2-man game between the two of them. Very poor execution on our part. You can't float away from a pass. You got to go to it. Turnover 12.
18-17, Trojanettes with a 1-point lead here. Here's Atkinson. Looking for Varney, and it's almost stolen away again, and it's going to be over and back.
That was deflected. Wow.
Let's go here with a chance to take the lead. It off with Slagle. Slagle to the right side, out to Austin. Austin, top of the circle, hands it back to Slagle. Slagle wants to drive. Steps back. Shot blocked by Varney on a three-point shot. Lego fouls her.
Good defense by Abby. Knows she's going to try to shoot that three with two options. The double screens up top.
6.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. 18-17. Barren County. Varney with the basketball against Slagle. Cuts left and needs to hand it off to somebody. Turns, can't shoot, gives it out to Gerald's. Gerald's around the top of the horn. Now curling the line, going under is Varney. Puts it up. She missed it. Ball slapped out and it's going to be last touched.
Austin
got a hand on it. She tried to jerk her arms back in, but too late. Elmore will toss it in. Left side of the bucket. Sends it out to Varney. Fakes, drives in the lane, goes under, and it's blocked out of bounds. Try to draw a foul there.
I know we want to get to the rim, but you can shoot it from 6 feet. You can shoot it from 4 feet. You can shoot little runners. You don't have to get all the way to lay it out the window.
Elmore.
Throw it in.
Going to have to do something with it. Finally sends it out to Atkinson. Fires a 17-footer that's short. Varney down the floor, scramble in the lane, jump ball. Possession arrow to Glasgow.
Started the quarter 0 of 4 with 2 turnovers in just a shade under 2 minutes.
And it's here for Glasgow to take the lead with 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. 18-17. Trojanettes, very low-scoring basketball game. This may not make it out of the 30s. There's that for a three-point shot. No good for Kirkpatrick. Coming up with it is Varney. Left-handed pass long down to Elmore. Shovels it into Strange. She misses the shot. Ball is slapped out. Loose ball. Scramble for. Varney wins it. Oh, it's going to go to the backcourt. .5:31 to go here in the third period. Kirkpatrick across the way at midcourt. Gets it into Green. Passes it off to Austin, left of the circle. Feeds it off now to Hagan. Hagan to the right side of the circle. Out to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick wants to try. Bounce pass, broke it up down in there, but taking his Hagan and then ripped away by Strange and a late whistle. Jump ball, possession arrow to the Trojanettes.
No field goals either way in almost 3 minutes. 6 turnovers, 0 of 6 combined. Both of ours totals together and get to what one, either Allen County or Warren East score in the first half.
No. Atkinson with it on the right wing, feeds it to Varney, spins back left, goes up with the left hand and puts it in.
Found a way, but it's, again, tougher to get to that bucket. Just pull up with a little jumper, and I think we'd find a ton of success mid-range.
Right side with it is Austin. Barren County 20-17, drives in, puts it up and in. Just took it to the basket.
Charge there. You got to get down in a stance, slide, and again, she's going to put an elbow right in your chest. As soon as she does it, commit to taking that charge, and that's going to be a foul going the other way. Their first field goal answers our first field goal. Timeout, Glasgow.
20-19, Barren County. As we had
led by as many as 6.
6 was the biggest lead, and that was at the end of the first quarter.
And it's been 1 or 2, basically a one-possession game for almost the majority of it.
Yep. Check out 104 The Score's James Brown for photos, interviews, and more from tonight's Barren County sports action on 104thescore.com and the 104 The Score Facebook page.
Listen, I know our kids don't mean to turn over 14 times, but that's what they've done. They are playing hard. They're obviously a little frustrated by the way Glasgow is defending them, but they're reaching in. They're jumping in passing lanes, and we have other options. We don't have to throw it to where we're programmed to based on a play or programmed to because we're having to reverse the ball. You got to play basketball at some point and just adjust to what the defense is doing. But we're being very predictable right now, and that's what Glasgow is playing to, our predictability, as they're going to pick up out of the timeout what looks like a diamond press, a 1-2-1-1.
Comes into Elmore. She's in a trap, dribbles out of it, lost it out of bounds, but it was touched by Slagle. Atkinson will toss it in to Elmore.
Now they're in a 2-2-1.
Hooks it off to Varney. Varney cut off left side. Reversing, looking. Back out it comes to Elmore in the middle to Strange. Has it knocked away. Strode comes up with it. And then it's swiped away from behind, and it's going to go out of bounds. Glasgow will keep it with 4:16 to play. Wilson checking back into the Trojanette lineup. Goes basketball. Kirkpatrick to toss it in. Lobs it out to Slagle. Gives to Austin in the corner. Austin hooks it down into Strode. Back to Austin. Back to Slagle. Fakes the three. Cut off. Goes to Austin. Drives in. Spin move. Double team. And almost stolen away by Varney, but regained control by Slagle. Here's Green for a three. It is no good. And the rebound comes off to Katie Geralds.
Textbook box out.
Atkinson, long pass down underneath, and it is Elmore. Ooh, going into the bleachers down underneath the dog pound. And it's okay, but going to have a foul here on Glasgow. They're going to put it on 35. That's Riley Strode, her third, team's fourth of the quarter. 3:49 to play here in the third. Barren County with a 1-point lead. Atkinson looking. Sends it out, tipped away. Kirkpatrick chasing it down for the Lady Scotties. She'll give it out to Slagle. 3:40 left, a 1-point game. Glasgow can take the lead behind the back dribble as Slagle puts it up and in. Glasgow has taken the lead, 21-20. With the basketball. Reversing back to the left side. Gets rid of it out to Geralds. And now Geralds. Dribbling left. Going back right. Gets rid of it to Atkinson. Atkinson on the dribble. Drives the basket. Puts it up and in. 22-21 Barren County. Down to 3 minutes to play here in the third. Green with it. Green sends it off to Slagle. Slagle dumps it in there to Strode. She lost the handle, ripped away as taken by Geralds, and then Atkinson is fouled by Kirkpatrick. She reaches in. That's number 2. And 5 fouls on Glasgow here in the quarter, so Barren County will shoot the free throws here with 2:48 remaining in the quarter. Atkinson going to the free throw line where she's 1 of 2. Of 2 for Atkinson is good. Eddie Murphy and Shelby Bird checking back into the Trojanette lineup here in the second half. Atkinson back to the line. Her second free throw is no good. Ball tipped away. Whistle. We're going to have a foul.
Came off the line again and over the back.
Second foul on Atkinson. First on Barren in the quarter. 23-21 Trojanettes. 2:45 to go in the third. With the basketball for Glasgow. Dribbles to the right side, cuts back left, spins back right against Atkinson, down low.
Really good defense.
And throws it back out to Kirkpatrick. Here's Austin with the top of the key. Back in the right corner, Green fires and misses. Rebound Varney, and I believe we're going to have somebody over the top.
Oh,
no.
A jump ball.
How's that a jump ball? Strode was over her back.
Kelsey got after that official right there a little bit for, a foul that she didn't think was a foul, and then she gets a call on the backside of it, literally over top, suplexed Abby Varney, and they get a jump ball out of it.
Turn it over. Tried to go into Strode with it. Taken away by Atkinson. See if the Trojanettes can pull ahead here by a little extra margin. Murphy on the left side. In the corner to Varney. Goes up the baseline against Kirkpatrick. Splits the defenders. Oh, a traveling violation on Varney. .208 to play.
Turnover 6 at 17.
Gets a screen, goes back to the left side, leaves it with Kirkpatrick, 22-footer. It's off the mark. Murphy with a rebound for the Trojanettes. Murphy works it down court. Murphy lost the handle right in the hand of Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick out front. Gets rid of it over to Green. Minute 30.
Missing a little bit right now.
Yeah, Glasgow calls a timeout with a minute 31 and a 23-21 Trojanet lead. County has scored 2 field goals here in the third. Glasgow has scored 3. 2 of 4 from the foul line. You're following the Trojanettes on WCDS Glasgow, 1230 AM, 104.7 FM, The Score, 104thescore.com, and on BC Live tonight here at Scotty Gym. How many turnovers we got? Too many, I know that.
18. Glasgow has 16, though.
Goes basketball, minute 31 to play in the third. Ball comes out to Green. To Destrode at the high post. Dribbles once, goes in the corner to Kirkpatrick. Out to Austin, steps back, shoots a straightaway jump shot, no good. Rebound, Riley Wilson. Almost threw it away. Varney there to get it. Varney pulls up, 12-footer. Good.
Yes. There we go. Don't have to make it all the way to the rim. We got to knock them down, get another stop. Back-to-back buckets, back-to-back stops.
25-21, Barren County, 57 seconds to go in the quarter. Driving with it is Austin, swiped away by Bird, trying to go for the loose ball. It's out of bounds, and it went off Glasgow.
To be honest with you, I'd leave Shelby in the whole game. I don't care if she fouls out or not, because I said it earlier, you just got to play basketball. Shelby plays basketball. She just, a loose ball, I'm going to go get it. Yep. They're not going to beat me to the rim. She knew the assignment last time. She stays in front of Austin and makes her shoot a 15-footer. She does those little things that we got to have to win a game here.
Atkinson, left wing, looking, sends it out to Murphy, finds Atkinson in the lane, throws up the shot, and it goes in.
Wow, what a balance that was to not turn it over, not walk. She was able to absorb the contact, keep her feet, pirouette, and put it off the rim or off the bounce.
And that is the largest lead since the end of the first quarter. It's 27-21. Green with it, going to step back. Shot blocked by Atkinson, but Glasgow has it underneath, and Hagan misses a layup underneath the basket. Long pass down the floor. Atkinson, 15-footer. Got it!
Shoot jump shots and make them here, extend a lead, a little bit of momentum, a little bit of energy, good close out of the quarter, 8-point lead.
Largest lead of the basketball game for the Trojanettes. It's 29-21 on 104 The Score.
Hey son, what you doing?
Daddy, I'm going to own a dealership one day.
All right, I'll dream with you.
From one small dream to over 25 dealerships in the state of Kentucky, we have set out to provide Kentuckians with reliable vehicles and the best customer service for over 50 years. This may have started with a simple dream, but our dedication to our customers will go on for generations.
So this class is responsible for growing produce and flowers, hanging baskets, and different vegetables in our school greenhouse that we sell to the public. We also use the produce that's left over after our annual plant sale to grow here in our raised garden beds, and then we harvest that produce throughout the summer. And then all of that produce gets donated to the Barren County Reads and Feeds program here that we do within our school district.
Allen County Scottsville girls game. Warren East 57, Allen County Scottsville 55. They're starting the fourth quarter, I guess, the way that text reads. Barren County outscored Glasgow 12-6 in the third here and has the basketball leading by 8, their largest margin tonight, as Elmore sends it straight away to Varney. Left corner goes to Bird, back to Varney. Now Varney sends it back over to Elmore. Almost picked up. Moves in. 15-foot shot. Got it!
Hey, it's thinking we have to get to the rim, and we've made some jump shots. Actually, we made 6 in a row. Shot 56% in that last quarter.
And it's 31-21, Barren County. Here's Slagle driving left of the lane. Kicks it over to Green. Green brings it back out to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick holding the basketball. Now goes in the middle to Austin. Pivots around. Gives it back over to Kirkpatrick. High arching three. No good. Rebound to Green. Gets it back out to Austin. Over to Slagle. Drives to the basket. Bounce pass underneath. Shot blocked by Hannah Brown. Hands of Elmore. Here's Atkinson. Long pass down to Bird. Bird is going to be called for a travel.
Couldn't gather herself. Couldn't put it on the floor. Wanted to pass it. The passing lane got taken by a Glasgow player. And that's okay. Get another stop.
Yep. Addie Slagle has it for the Lady Scotties. 1 minute gone here in the fourth quarter. Brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. Ball swatted away. Atkinson comes up with it. Feeds it to Bird. And had some trouble with it. May have got fouled there. Now scramble in the lane as Kirkpatrick wins it and gets rid of it off to Green. And Green is going to be fouled by Elmore.
I don't think there was a may have down here, Jay. She definitely got fouled and ended up turning the basketball over. And then we foul on the other end.
It's 3 on Katie Elmore. Glasgow's basketball comes out to Austin. She'll hand it back to Kirkpatrick. 6:37 to go in the ball game. Barren up by 10. Here's Slagle. Almost carried it. Sends it back across over to Green on the left side. Green back right side to Slagle. Now Slagle trying to work against Varney. Hands it off out to Green out top. Green right side of the circle. Goes down to the corner. Hagan trying to go baseline and a foul on Bragg.
Yeah, used her hands. As you heard Piper yelling there, we just got to move our feet, keep our hands out. Our length is our advantage. Use that to cut off the baseline and don't foul.
Katie Murphy coming in for Ann Ashley Atkinson. 7 points in that quarter for Atkinson in the third.
She played really well, not just offensively, but defensively as well.
Comes out to Green. Goes right side with it. It's Kirkpatrick. She had it swiped away, stolen by Elmore.
Numbers.
2 on 2. Elmore to the rack, puts it up. It is
coast to coast, taking it to her, making a decision, but not drawing or drawing a charge there. And that was Green hit the deck hard.
That's 3 fouls on Green. She's going to come out. And it's Goodman to come in to replace her. Elmore with 2 buckets, both of them here in the fourth quarter. A chance to make an old-fashioned 3-point play. It's on the way, and it's good.
Listen, you've shown a little toughness, you've shown a little grit. Players have got to play, and they have, and extended it all of a sudden to a 13-point lead. Proud of our effort here, but a long way to go, 5:55 to go. Got to close it out on a high note.
And a 12-0 run taken away by Murphy. Feeds it off. Bird goes under, puts it up. Go!
Finish by Shelby and exclamation point with a timeout, and all of a sudden 15-point lead as they haven't scored all quarter, and we jumped out to a 7-0 run to start this one.
How about a 14-0 run total? It was 22-21.
Pretty good response, wasn't it?
Yep.
Glasgow took the lead at one point, and we grabbed it right back on the next possession and haven't given it up since.
Trojans and the Scotties coming up next here. For the score. There on the earlier matchup, 68-55, 2 weeks ago tonight. County now with 8 field goals here in the second half. 5 in the third quarter, 3 here in the fourth so far, and we still just about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter.
I'd say I'm on the conservative side, or maybe even the more lenient side. My stats are probably about 70% correct part of the time. We might have our last 8 field goals, though, by my stats.
Forty Goodman handed off to Kirkpatrick, coming by her, gives to Slagle. Three is going to be way off the mark. Long rebound is going to go out of bounds, right into the Barren County students section.
They have not shot the three well. They did not make one in the third quarter, and they're 0 of 7 here in the second. In fact, I've only got them making 1 3 all game.
Yeah.
And with their shooters, they're better than that. Not sure how many threes they average on the season
About
per
4,
game.
something like that.
4 or 5.
Yep. Varney with it, left side, Kirkpatrick guarding her. Here's Bird with it on the left. Out top, Murphy. Murphy back to Bragg. A whistle, and what do we got?
Whistle away from the ball. It's going to have to be on 35. Riley Strode pushing and shoving a little bit on Bragg.
And it's either 3 or 4 fouls on Strode. Murphy, left baseline, lobs it in the lane. Bragg throws it up. It is good.
Little runner hand challenging, as you said, Strode, who couldn't foul because she has 4.
She got 4. 30-21, Barren County with a 17-point lead. Just under 5 minutes to play in a basketball game. Coming off the screen left. Slagle off the green. Circles around to the right side. Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick is guarded out there. They give to Austin. Fakes one way, goes the other against Bird, and she lost it up in the air. And then Murphy got bumped. Here comes Bird out of there with it. Bird to the rack. Throws it up high off the window. No. Put back up and in by Elmore.
You're okay with that because you got offensive rebounders if Shelby misses.
How about an 18-0 run by the Trojanettes? 40-21, 4:20 to play. Right side with it, Kirkpatrick fakes, goes back to the left. Whistle and a foul. Team's third of the quarter. And Ashley Atkinson coming back into the ball game. Katie Geralds. Got Hannah Bragg, Shelby Bird, and Abby Varney in the court for Barren County right now. They go down low to Austin, turns, may have got away with a walk. Here's Green with it out top. Green trying to shake off Bird, gives to Kirkpatrick, long 3, no good. Rebound comes off, and it's grabbed in there by Atkinson. 3 minutes, 50 to play. Bird, right corner, Varney feeds it in there to Atkinson, put it up, no good, but a foul.
Be tough picking a player of the game tonight. Obviously, Katie Elmore's played really great this quarter, but Ann Ashley has had a great second half. Great second half.
Ashley Atkinson at the line for 2 shots. The first one is up and good. 10 points for Atkinson. She only averages 4.5 a game. (41-21). Second shot is up. It's good. 42-21. Barren County on a 20-0 run. 48 to play. And she carried it that time. Here it comes off to Green. Green drives right of the lane, trying to force things, and she traveled.
20. Both teams, 20 turnovers tonight, but Glasgow only 21 points compared to our 42. All of a sudden, it's gone from a 1-point game to we've doubled them up.
Yeah. Harold's with it on the right wing. Getting pressure out there from Austin. Dribbling with the left hand. Reversing back right. And looking for help. Gives it out to Bird. Bird on the dribble. Changes dribbles. Goes left side. Strange fires along 2. It spins out. Let's go. Here comes Green with it. Green. 3-point shot. No. Rebound, Norris. Norris keeping it alive for the Lady Scotties. Throws it back out to Green. With Bird guarding her. 3 minutes to play in the basketball game. Back out it comes to Slagle. Now Slagle working against Varney. Spin move in the lane. Throws up the shot. It's no good, but a foul.
Abby had her hand down low on her body, and that's what they'll get the foul for.
Slagle, a 40.4% foul shooter, it says on the stat sheet. It's no good. She has 9 points in the basketball game, 4 field goals, one of those a 3 for the 8th grader. Slagle for the second try. It's in the air, and it is no good. Rebound comes off to Varney. That's why she shoots 40%, I guess.
Yeah, let's just run a little offense here unless we can get a really good shot here.
as Gerald's brings it out. Corner Strange. Now needs some help, covered up by Austin. Feeds it to Bird, goes under, puts it up, got it!
Yeah, you got to take those.
44-21, Barren County, 2:25 to play in the ball game. Here's a 17-foot shot way off the mark by Austin. Here's Atkinson with it. Atkinson fires in the corner to Bird on the left-hand side. Bird behind the back dribble, splits the defenders, goes to the basket, a foul out of the floor. And it'll be on Kirkpatrick, her third, team's fourth of the quarter.
You're okay with shifting another gear down. You have been playing here. You have held them without a point for 6 minutes. Take your time, be methodical, you run some clock, but don't pass up good shots.
And here's Gerald's for three. No good. Rebound Atkinson. Kicks it out. Bird for three. Bottom!
And those were good shots. No problem with KG's shot. Went and got an offensive rebound. First three of the night by Shelby.
The People's Bank three-point shot for the freshman. 47-21, Barren County. How about a 25-0 run?
Nice.
Green with it on the right side. Wants to drive with it. Cut off. Almost stolen away by Varney. Comes out to Kirkpatrick. A long distance three-point shot missed. Green grabs it in the right corner. Trying to go baseline. She's cut off. They give it out to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick now out front with it. Who's right. Green with it in the corner. Green comes out to the wing. That gives it the corner to Hagan. Hagan to the right-hand side. Down a minute 17 to play. Green with it now. Green around the top of the horn. Being chased out there. Goes left. Goes back in the lane. Forces up the shot. Got it blocked. Got it back. In a lot of timber. And a whistle and a foul on the Trojanettes. And they're going to put it on Atkinson. Her third, team's fifth. And we're going to a whole slew of Trojanettes coming in the next after the first shot. And it's up, and it is rolling off the rim by Green.
A pretty good defense by this group coming out here right here. 0 on the board given up by this group to Glasgow.
Yep. Madison McFall, Reagan Griffiths. We'll check all the names here in a second. Green finally gets a free throw. First point of the fourth quarter at the 1:06 mark. 47-22. Madison McFall with it for the Trojanettes. Off to Audrey Jones. And it comes around the perimeter. Hannah Russell back out to Griffiths. Over to McFall. And now McFall on the dribble against Green. Hands it off now to Griffiths. Down to 44 seconds. Pass knocked away and out of bounds. It'll stay with Barren County. Mahala Burton, 5'7", 8th grader, will come in for Audrey Jones with 42 seconds to play. It's Wilson. Hannah Wilson gets it into McFall. She drives in and a foul. On Green, that's her fourth. 2 shots for Addison McFall, a 5'4" sophomore. First of 2 on the way, good. 38-22. Ball for the second toss. It's on the way, got a boat. 49-22, Barren County. 5 seconds to play. Strode on the right. Top, new player in the ballgame, Hannah Jolly. Here's Green driving, trying to split the defenders, and a foul. And this one will be on 22, and that is Hannah Wilson. So Jakiley Green will head back to the free throw line for a pair. 22.7 to play. First one is good. Jones checking back into the Trojanette lineup. She'll come in for Marley Russell. Second shot for Green, no. And coming off with it is McFall. Ball, 17 seconds to play. Stops, looks, and Moves it down inside there to Griffiths, and she got the shot to go down. 10 seconds to play. Barren County 51, Glasgow 23. Goodman inbounds to Green.
No field goals given up. It's pretty impressive in the whole quarter.
Yeah. Dribbles off right, 2 seconds, 1 second, just dribbles it out. Trojanettes win it 51-23. Only led by 8 at the end of the third quarter. 29-21. They went on a 22-0 run and actually outscored Glasgow when they were up 22-21. Barren County scores 29. Glasgow scores 2 on free throws. Trojanettes go to 14-4 on the year, 4-1 in district play. Glasgow drops to 0-5 in the district, 3-17 overall. Coach Piper Lindsay coming over to join us now. And
what I really like about with Project Lead the Way and with the STEAM content that I get to teach is it makes those real world connections. It's allowing kids to put their brain in action. It's not that, we're not at that time in the game where we're sitting and getting and taking notes and content. It's taking that content and applying it to real world selections. And that's what Project Lead the Way is allowing us to do and create those opportunities. Those students that you have in the classroom that may struggle with that reading and math are thriving with this content because they're able to put solutions to problems and fix things that they wouldn't necessarily get in a normal math or reading classroom.
Just being able to figure out what didn't work and how to make it work and how to work through that process just in itself for you as a person is important, but also it builds those skills that are going to be necessary for each grade that follows us.
At the culmination of our pathways, students have the opportunity to go out into the community and to be able to co-op. It's through these experiences that kids get real life experience. They get to practice the skills that they learn in the class hands-on.
I'm working here at Commonwealth Broadcasting Corporation and it's just really awesome. I get to do lots of cool stuff like write commercials. I've voiced a couple commercials. And I just kind of help out with whatever anybody needs. My favorite part is getting to meet all the different kinds of people and also just getting opportunities like this co-op. It's really just been a wonderful learning experience.
Favorite part is just being able, instead of being in a classroom where you have to sit all day, you're doing your own work for something that you're actually interested in. I would recommend this course to other students just because it'll let them know if they would like to do this for a career.
Up the girls' fault. We obviously went into halftime like, what are we doing? I mean, we know we're better than this, and I'm just glad that we were able to prove it.
Well, you've got a game tomorrow night. You're 4-1 in the district. Glasgow is 0-5. Allen County, Scottsville, and Warren going into overtime at 67-67.
All right.
So we'll see what happens with that one.
All right.
But tomorrow night you go to Tompkinsville. That's always a tough place to play in Monroe County. They lost to Metcalf last night by 5. And another young team.
Yeah.
But you know, they've lost some close games.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. They're extremely young, but they play hard. They've got a couple of kids averaging double figures.
Yep.
Of course, I feel like we played against these same kids. We played against them a lot. The Thompson girls tough. Yoakley, I think, is another one. Turner, maybe. And then, of course, Finley, we know a little bit about her as well. But regardless, you're right. They play hard. They're scrappy. They get after you. We're going to have to make sure we take care of the basketball and finish around the rim.
And it was a team that lost their top 3 scorers from last year. But they got 3 double-figure scores back, as you just mentioned. They beat Hart County by 15.
Yes,
I mean, they beat South Warren, so that's a couple of quality wins that they've got.
Right. Well, I actually watched the Hart County film. They were down by 10. I don't know how they ended up coming back and winning by, well, wow. I didn't watch the second half of it, but yeah, you're right. Regardless, we've got to come and continue to do what we do and just get better every day.
Tonight, first of 4 games in 5 days for you.
It's a tough little stretch, but honestly, I think the girls are excited because we don't have to practice as much. Of course, we utilize, like I said last time, these games right here are our practice time. So we just, again, got to fix little things, and, you know, we're just glad to be playing.
All right, Coach, congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, Jay, thank you.
All right, Coach Piper Lindsay and the Trojanettes, they win it after only being up by 2 at halftime, 17-15. They come back in the second half and outscored Glasgow 34-8 and went on a 29-2 run to finish the ball game. 51-23 the final score. Coach's comments brought to you by McDonald's. Enjoy a meal today at your Glasgow McDonald's on Smith Road. We'll be back. Post-game report coming up. CPC Commodities, proven in our farm, made for yours. Trojanettes 51, Lady Scotties 23 on 104 the score.
Medical Detectives is part of the Project Lead the Way curriculum, a feeder to the Biomed program at the high school. One of the things that I really enjoy about this class is that it does expose the students to a number of different medical careers and give them ideas that there are numerous potential career opportunities for somebody in the medical field.
I would definitely recommend the class for someone who has interest in medical sciences. And you'll learn a lot about the brain, vital signs, and just all around a lot about science.
Classes that we're offering here with Project Lead the Way, it allows them to have those real world problems where they're able to connect with each other, connect across soft skills that they're able to develop and work through those problems together. And so within our school, within our district, we provide lots of different opportunities for students to learn, to grow. And so that's what our goal here is at Barren County Middle School, is to empower students through our learning opportunities.
It's not about having kids know content knowledge, like, hey, I memorized this order of things, or I know that. It's actually basically like a knowledge acquisition process. Do I know how to get knowledge? Do I know how to research? What's my question? How do I know when I've learned this? How do I know when I'm ready to go to the next thing? So for them in the STEAM process, what we look at is, what's our question first? What are we trying to accomplish? What's our goal when it's all said and done? I try to have models for the kids. We discuss things. We look at examples from the real world, and ultimately in the end, they have to figure out the engineering process for themselves. I'll provide them with materials. I'll provide them with instruction, even some direction, but ultimately in the end, they have to build these things, and that's the kind of real world stuff they're going to have to work through. That stuff will take them far beyond what they learn here. It's all about trying things, taking risk, and then applying what you've learned in a classroom to what you do in life, and then being able to develop techniques that you can use outside these walls.
Side with Jay Turner. CBC Commodities post-game report. Barren County led 12-6 at the end of the first quarter, 17-15 at halftime. 29-21 after 3. The Trojanettes were only up 22-21 and then finished the game with a 29-2 run. They scored twice as many points in the second half as they did the first half. 34 to Glasgow's 8. 51-23 is the final score. For Glasgow tonight, 8 field goals, 1 3-pointer, 6 of 12 for the line. 9 points for Addie Schlegel, 4 for Cynthia Austin, 4 for Riley Strode, 3 for Carly Hagan, 2 for Jakiley Green, and 1 point for Kayla Kirkpatrick. Green scored the only points in the fourth quarter for Glasgow on 2 of 4 from the line, and that was with 1:06 to go in the basketball game. For the Trojanettes tonight, 18 field goals, one of those a 3-pointer. That was made by Shelby Bird. Trojanettes were 14 of 21 from the foul line. A couple of players in double figures. Abby Varney finishing with 13. She scored 8 of those in the first quarter. Had 4 baskets, 5 of 6 from the foul line. And Ashley Atkinson with 12 points tonight, 4 baskets, and 4 of 6 from the charity line, finishing with 12. Katie Elmore, all of her points coming in the fourth quarter on 3 field goals and a free throw. 1 point for Katie Geralds on 1 of 4 from the line. Taylor Strange scores 3 on a field goal and 1 of 2 from the foul line. Shelby Bird just under double figures with 9. She had 4 baskets, and one of those, the 3-point shot. She scored 7 of her 9 points in the fourth quarter. Addison McFall, a couple of free throws for 2. Hannah Bragg with a field goal for 2, and Reagan Griffiths with a field goal for 2 points. But what a big turnaround the second half.
Absolutely. You said at the Piper, tale of 2 halves, and it was. And we kind of kicked it into gear in that third quarter and scored almost as many points as we had scored in the fourth quarter, and scored almost as many points as we had in the rest of the game. Both teams took 35 field goals. The difference, we hit 18, they hit 8. We were 18 of 35 for 51%. They were 8 of 35 for just 23. We both made 1 3-pointer. We were 1 of 6. They were 1 of 15. That's a little bit more their game, knocking down some of those threes, and that was part of their frustration. They couldn't see any of those go down. Both teams had 20 turnovers. But, again, we cut down in that fourth quarter to only 2, started making jump shots, difference in the game. We out-rebounded them 31-20, had 7 offensive rebounds compared to their 6. And if anybody's listened to us for the last 16 years, they know I'm about as honest as you can get when it comes to some of this stuff. And I don't sugarcoat it. We've got 2 options the rest of the way, specifically these next 4 games. We can either play like we did in the first 3 quarters, and it's going to be a tough go, or we can play like we did in the fourth quarter, and it's going to be competitive, a fun 4-game stretch. But, you know, that's just the way it's going to be. I like the fight, I like the grit, and I like the fire in our eyes in that fourth quarter. Basically, when we got punched in the mouth, they said, we took your lead. We're going to see if we can knock you out of that 1 seed and end, what was it, I got to find the stat there. It was a pretty big win streak that we're on against Glasgow, but I've lost the stat, but it's okay. 15 in a row. Tonight, 16 in a row. Yeah. So they said, we're going to challenge that tonight on our home floor, and we said, no, you're not, and took it right back away from them and went on a pretty impressive stretch there down the stretch. So hopefully the boys can answer, and then what, again, is going to be a really tough game, and their boys are a lot better in their record, and it's going to be an exciting 32 minutes here as we switch over to that side.
MVP of the game brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Jamie Harris.
Yeah, and Ashley. Boy, listen, again, if she plays like she did tonight, we're a good team. We are a good team, but we're an even better team when she puts up 12 points, and she's probably close to 10 or 12 rebounds too on when you look at it. So she was tough tonight. We had a lot of other tough kids make some good plays. I thought Shelby was good. Obviously, Elmo was good in that fourth quarter too. Had all 7 in that fourth quarter. Had a big steal layup. I just like the way our kids played. I like the way our kids answered. Not for the first 3 quarters, but that fourth quarter is what this team is.
Right. 51-23 the final. Barren County over Glasgow tonight. And we'll come back and get ready for the Don Franklin Glasgow countdown to tip off the boys. Trojans and the Scotties. It's next on 104 The Score.
I'm super proud of what we've been able to build in the last few years in our program. Our goal has always been to set students up for success. But what this does is, I think it is a game changer because it creates that next step of connections for students to what we're doing in the curriculum and allows them to really see hands-on what nobody else gets to see.
I've absolutely loved the past 4 years being in biomed. I have got so many wonderful opportunities and has prepared me so much for my future.
I really feel like our rigorous curriculum really prepares them for med school, physical therapy school, pretty much any graduate medical degree. Our table is a great asset. It's really just a really good supplement to help their learning.
Barren County High School is very fortunate to offer multiple career pathways. The biomedical pathway is just one of those, but our focus is always to have students hands-on experience that prepare them directly for the career that they're going to have when they graduate.
I really like the hands-on aspect because I have several students, particularly this year, being that we do have such large gaps from our COVID time, that are having some trouble with reading. They struggle to do that. So when we do the hands-on and they're able to see the models and to watch me do it, that is taken completely out of the equation, and it gives them the confidence to really shine and do all these smaller tasks.
Building that foundation of how students can use science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, making those connections with the classroom teachers and what they're doing in their classrooms as well. And you know, sometimes they don't have the time to do those project-based type things. In our STEAM lab, they're able to do that. And then also with our Project Lead the Way, students are really thinking about how to build and solve real-world problems, presented with scenarios, and then they have to problem solve and come up with solutions as a team. And so we're really excited about laying that foundation here at Temple Hill this year.
defeated Russellville on Tuesday night 64-56 to go to 13-4 on the year. Tate Spillman scored 13 points with William Compton hitting 4 threes for 12. And as a team, the Trojans were 9 of 29 from behind the arc shooting, almost 48%, 22 of 46. They had 11 of 15 free throws. Glasgow Scotties under William Buford lost a heartbreaker to District 15 opponent Warren East on Tuesday night, 64-62. They dropped to 5-10 overall and 1-3 in district play. It was the third time this season the Scotties have lost to Warren East. And the 2 district games and in the Kentucky 2A sectional, John Carter Walbert had an outstanding game for the Scotties on Tuesday night. He scored 26. Glasgow was 24 of 51 from the field for 47%, 6 of 16 on three-point shots. Warren East is the only team the Scotties have played since the Barren County loss on January the 12th. And the Trojans playing 2 opponents Monday night against the Bluegrass Blazers, which they won 88-60, and then Tuesday night against Russellville, and they won 64-56. Barren County is ranked 3rd in Region 4, while Glasgow is ranked 12th. Trojans are a 14-point favorite on paper tonight. The Trojans have won 10 straight against the Scotties. Glasgow's last win on January 3rd, 2020, 52-47. And as everybody knows, tonight will be a battle with the Trojans, and another one tomorrow night in Tompkinsville. But a win tonight over the Scotties should sew up the number 1 seed, as it would give the Trojans 5 wins in the district.
It's about a 12-point favorite according to the RPI, and I'd say some other entities.
Won by 14 on the Lexington Herald Leader, 14. So 12, 14, give or take.
We'll just average it out, say 13. But what I think is Glasgow has underachieved for what people expected Glasgow to be this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we talked in the preseason, we probably had Glasgow maybe the number 1 team in the district coming in. I think we've overachieved for what people expected. And really, our records are almost reciprocals of each other. We're 13-4. They're, 5-13? Or 5-10, is that what that says?
Yeah.
So I think they're with a record. I think they'll get after us. I think if they get the crowd into it, this could be a really hotly contested game, and it's going to be a fun game. But like I said, you have to get up to play this game. It's not a speech by Warren. It's not a speech by Piper. You just get up and play this game. Our seniors wore suits to the game. This is a big game for them. Last time they're going to play this rivalry for sure. It might be again in the district, but this is just a fun game for everybody involved, and you got to get up and play this game and come out and play. If you start missing threes and you don't make shots, you've got to find a way to stay in the ball game, because Glasgow has a couple of really good players in J.C. Walbert and Jarek Martin. I like both of those kids. They're going to play tough and really get after you. And Glasgow is going to be fired up trying to not get swept by us this year.
Coca-Cola scoreboard update. Allen County Scottsville Lady Patriots missed 2 free throws with 7 seconds to go, and they lose to Warren East in overtime, 75-74. So Warren East stays in the hunt, is tied with Barren County for the number 1 seed in the district.
Almost had that little help we need to capture the 1 seed, but it is what it is. You play Allen County and try to do all you can to stay tied for the 1.
Yep. Barren County 4-0 with 2 wins over Warren East, 72-50 and 60-55. Allen County Scottsville 66-38 and Glasgow 68-55. Warren East is 2-2. They play Allen County Scottsville tonight, who is 0-2. Glasgow is 1-3. Their win over Allen County Scottsville 58-53. 2 losses to Warren East. The other was in the 2A sectional. And the Scotties lost to Warren East in last year's 15th district tournament, 55-53. And in the 68-55 win 2 weeks ago tonight, Tate Spillman scored 19 points. Graham Hall had 14. Mason Bunch with 9 to lead the Trojans. Shot really well, 58% from the field. 9 of 16 on threes, 25 of 43 overall. 9 of 13 free throws, 27 rebounds. Glasgow shot 41% on 20 of 49. 2 of 10 behind the arc, and 13 of 18 free throws, 20 rebounds. Jarek Martin had 22, John Carter Walbert 21. They combined for 43 of the Scotties' 55 points. Glasgow averages 60.3 points a game. They give up, or they shoot 44.4% from the field. They've made 79 threes this year, and that's about 5.5 a game. 71% from the line as a team, and 23.5 rebounds. Barren County averages 65.4 points a game. They give up 54.1. They shoot 44% as a team from the field, 162 makes from behind the arc, 9.5 per game, 33.5%, 69% for the foul line, and 29 rebounds a game. We'll have the starting lineups when we come back after this break in the Don Franklin Glasgow countdown to tip-off. It's the Trojans and the Scotties. It's next on 104 The Score.
We start working all the way from kindergarten, and they start doing, if it's building the Three Little Pigs houses and they have to build something and test it and all of these sorts of things, they start that kind of problem solving skills really young. We do a lot of group work, so they have to collaborate, they have to learn how to work well together, how to compromise. It's been really cool kind of seeing them kind of come in to kind of get all kinds of things. And plus it kind of prepares them, it kind of shows them like different career options and a lot of things that they've never thought about before. And so when we're doing Project Lead the Way and we're studying engineering, we'll pull up scientists and we'll pull up astronauts, and we've watched some launches on TV and just stuff like that to kind of show them that there's kind of a big world out there and there's all kinds of places and things that they can do.
Hey son, what you doing?
Daddy, I'm gonna own a dealership one day.
All right, I'll dream with you.
From one small dream to over 25 dealerships in the state of Kentucky, we have set out to provide Kentuckians with reliable vehicles and the best customer service for over 50 years. This may have started with a simple dream, but our dedication to our customers will go on for generations.
So this class is responsible for growing produce and flowers, hanging baskets, and different vegetables in our school greenhouse that we sell to the public. We also use the produce that's left over after our annual plant sale to grow here in our raised garden beds, and then we harvest that produce throughout the summer. And then all of that produce gets donated to the Barren County Reads and Feeds program here that we do within our school district.
Bewley, number 3, a 6-foot junior, 9 points, 4.5 rebounds. Waylon Clements, number 33, a 6-foot junior, 6 points a game. Mason Bunch, number 4, a 6'4 senior, 8 points, 4.5 rebounds. Graham Hall, number 10, 6'5 senior, 8.2 points and 6.2 rebounds a game. So we get set for the Farmers RECC Jackie Browning Memorial opening tip-off and our first quarter of action tonight. Brought to you by German American Bank, supporting the communities we serve and believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. And we'll be on the road tomorrow night at Monroe County. And then Monday night, the Trojanettes in Bowling Green. Tuesday night, we're back home against Greenwood in a girl-boy doubleheader. The officials for tonight's second game are the same three we had in the girls' game: Jamie and Bailey, Chris Reeder, and Jeremy Harris. And the officials, sponsored by Monticello Banking Company. NBC's a proud supporter of Barren County High School basketball. The Trojans in black uniforms tonight with burgundy and gold stripes. Numbers and lettering outlined in gold. Their bench just to our left. Glasgow is down to our right. They'll be in their home white uniforms with blue trim, blue numbers, and lettering. Well, what a heartbreaking loss for Allen County Scottsville girls. 75-74 to Warren East in overtime tonight. They said, they mentioned Morris had 35 for Allen County Scottsville in that game.
She can score it. That's a ton of points.
Yeah, I mean, well, almost half of them.
I mean, it's a ton of points for a team, too. I mean, 75 points is it would have taken us tonight another 2 quarters probably to get there. The way we played, especially in the first half. But you do enough to get it done, and let's see if the boys can do the same. See if we can carry over some of this crowd momentum. Our whole student section almost takes up a third of the crowd. Big Barren crowd, probably outnumbers Glasgow at least 2-1.
Barren County out of the floor, waiting for Glasgow to break the huddle with Coach William Buford down to our right. I forgot which side we were going to go to. Trojans moving from left to right here in the first half as we see it from our radio location. Live stream on the opposite side of the floor. Garrett Hall And Jarek Martin, Jamie Bailey tosses it up, and here we go. It's going to be controlled by the Scotties as Walbert will get rid of it off to Martin. Barren County man-to-man defense. JoJo Driver off the right side, Walbert. Here's a backdoor pass to the lob.
Little two-hand shove there.
Yeah, and it's Martin putting it up and in on a spin move.
It's not how if we're going to play this game, we're going to have to man up, be a little bit more physical. He just two-hand pushed Whalen, who's not a weak man.
Right side with it is Bewley. Bewley feeds it into Hall. He goes under, puts it up, missed the shot. Clemens with a rebound, back up and in.
I'll never understand how that's not goaltending. When you smack the basketboard when the ball's hanging on the rim, but it wasn't. Good cleanup job of us to even it up 2-2.
Just underway, 45 seconds into the contest. Walbert with it on the right side, hands it off to Driver. JoJo Driver, pull up one-hand shot of the lane, no good. Bewley with the rebound. Driver picks him up early in the backcourt as Bewley works it across the line against Driver, takes it to right side, hands it off out to Clemens. Clemens breaks one way, goes the other, goes inside, throws it off in the left corner. Spillman fakes the three, moves in, 15-foot jumper short. Rebound comes off to Walbert for the Scotties. Walbert with the left hand, dribbles right, cuts inside, puts up the one-hand shot, and it's in there. Sco leads it 4-2. Bewley in the backcourt, works against Walbert across the timeline. Changes dribbles, goes left side. He'll go to Clemens with it. Clemens looking for a cutter. Now he's going to have to get rid of it out to Spillman. JoJo Driver guarding him closely. Out it comes to Bunch. Bunch right side, it goes to Bewley. Here's a threw it right away, right in the hands of Martin. Martin to the basket. He's going to be fouled.
We led him way too much, but the problem was Graham was set down on his defender trying to seal him off, and when you're set down in the stance, you can't be as agile and go get a basketball, turn it over, and led to a fast break layup for them. We got back just in time to foul, led to free throws.
Martin, a 65% foul shooter on the year for the Scotties. The first one is up and no good, right off the front of the rim. Glasgow with a 4-2 lead, 6:16 to play here in the first. Second shot for Martin. It's on the way, and it's in and out. The rebound comes off to Mason Bunch. Bewley into the front court with it. Bewley's going to be guarded by Walbert. Goes in the middle to Bunch. Bunch now puts down the dribble. Kicks it over now to Spillman on the right side. He's covered up by Driver. Has to bring it back out. Now he reverses back to the right side. He needs some help. Somebody's going to have to come and get it. Comes out to Clemens, and Clemens is going to be fouled by Martin. It's first, Glasgow's first of the quarter. Ball comes out to Hall. He'll hand it back to Bewley. Bewley spins back right in the lane, dumps it back off to Clemens, fakes, drives in, dumps it off underneath to Bewley, kicks it out. Here's Bunch, three-point shot. No. Chase down to the corner. Driver has it for Glasgow. It's Martin. Bounces it off to Walbert. 5:25 to play here in the first quarter. Glasgow with a 4-2 lead. Walbert directing traffic, wanted to set it up out near midcourt. Bounce pass to the high post. They give it to Driver. It's Jeremiah Driver. Off to Martin. Martin fakes. Gives it off on the right side. Now gives to JoJo Driver. Free throw line jump shot. Good. 6-2. Scotties lead it. 3 minutes gone in the opening quarter. As Bewley gets it across the line. It's off the screen. Bewley stops, dumps it off into Hall. Hall puts it up. Got it.
We've tried to isolate Graham a couple times. That was another design play for him on a pick and roll type opportunity. It just strung out a little bit, but still able to find him.
And it's 6-4. Scotties lead it by 2. Walbert off the screen, dribbles right, goes back inside and puts it in. Got a spin move by Walbert.
Got to have a little help. I don't know. Graham vacated the spot that he was driving right at.
And it's 8-4. Glasgow leads it. Here's Bewley with the basketball. Crossover dribble left. Trying to penetrate. Goes under. Puts it up. And came off the rim, but he's fouled.
Thought that was going in.
Yeah. Foul is on Minton. His first. Team second. And Bewley, 22 of 27 from the foul line of the season. For the Trojans, the first of 2 good. 5. Glasgow, 4:24 to go in the opening quarter. Bewley's second toss, also good. To 6. Here's Walbert with the basketball. Walbert comes over to the left side. Gets a screen from Minton. Top of the key. Walbert, Spillman on him. Hands it off to JoJo Driver, curling around. Now he needs some help. He'll give it out to Jeremiah Driver. Curls around right side. Goes to the lane. Shot partially blocked. Coming down with it is Clemens. Trojans have it going the other way. Here's Mason Punch. Off to Clemens. Lost the handle. Here's Martin. And is picked off, stolen away. Clemens, as Bewley got a hand on it first. Bewley stops. Going to fire up a three. Hesitated for about 2 or 3 seconds. Thought he was going to pass it off to somebody and then turn it. Well, I'll just go ahead and shoot it.
Yeah, not the first time he's been instructed to shoot the ball tonight. Can't be hesitant. You got to take shots when they're there. Bray's a lot more confident in that. Thankfully, he knocked it down.
9-8. Trojans lead it now. Here's Jeremiah Driver, right side of the key. Dribbles left, gives it to Martin. Martin left, off to Driver. JoJo Driver, swatted out of his hands. In midair, Trojans have it off the turnover. Bewley off to Spillman. Spillman drives the basket, gets cut off, got it back though. Out it comes to Punch. Punch off to Hall. Hall kicks it back to Spillman, curls into the lane, shovels it back off to Punch, can't shoot the three. Trying to drive in, he's cut off. Now has to do something with it. And now bounces it back to Bewley, hands it to Clemens, and they'll reset it. 2:50 to play in the quarter. Clemens. Lob down to Hall. Caught it against Minton. Shot blocked from behind by Martin. Martin brings it in front court for the Scotties. Defended by Clemens. They come up to set a screen. He drives right, throws it up. It is good. Find a way to cut him off.
Help's not been good on a couple drive baskets.
10-9 the score. Spillman on the right side. Takes it down to the corner, trying to go baseline, and a foul. It's on JoJo Driver, his first, team's third. Coming into the Trojan lineup now, Cade Hardy, 5'11 sophomore, number 32, averages 5.2. William Compton, number 24, 6'3 senior, averaging just under 10 a game. Spillman, right of the bucket. Looking, going to have to hurry. And it's a 5-second count.
Mason was actually open. He has to slip that screen right there. He was open going to set a screen, but his man was trailing him, expecting that's where he's going. All he's got to do is flash the ball. It's a layup. 3 turnovers early for the Trojans.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Barren County trailing 10-9. Glasgow's John Carter Walbert trying to set things up. Side, JoJo Driver. They feed in the middle, go underneath, then there's a shot put up and in by Nunley.
2-3 zone, and they got it to the middle to the short corner layup.
Long pass down the floor. Compton can't shoot the three, kicks it out to Bunch, bluffs the three, moves in to the free throw line area, back to Compton. He'll give it back out to Bunch. Sends it to Hardy. He's pressured by JoJo Driver. Rather, that's Bradley that's out there, Jalen Bradley. Spillman driving, throws it up. Ooh, that should be an offensive goaltending there, or excuse me, goaltending on Glasgow.
That's his call over here. There's no way that he pinned it up against the glass. That's goaltending.
Spillman will be at the line. Was on JoJo Driver, his second. Spillman for 2. The first one is no good. Spillman 51 of 67 from the foul line on the season. Spillman for one more. It's on the way, and he got it. 12-10 Glasgow. Minute 20 to play in the opening quarter. Walbert with it for the Scotties. Goes right side with it to Bradley. They go back left. They should have been a walk there. They almost threw it away. Walbert there to grab it. Down to 1:05 to play here in the quarter. Right side is Bradley. They bounce it out to Nunley. Back to Bradley for three. Knocks it down. It's 15-10 Glasgow. Hardy with it, 45 seconds to play in the quarter. Looking right, gets rid of the basketball to Spillman. Spillman being defended out there, spins back right, goes to the basket, it's bumped. The foul will be on Nunley. His first, team's fifth of the quarter. 2 shots for Tate Spillman. One of 2 the first trip, and that shot is going to come off the rim. Hall checking back into the Trojan lineup for Mason Bunch. Barren County only 3 field goals here in the first quarter. Glasgow has made 7. Second toss, it's no good. 1 of 4 at the line for Tate Spillman. 29 seconds to play in the quarter.
We're back man. We've gone zone through 3 last possessions. Now back man here to close the quarter.
John Connor Walbert dribbling out the Scotty logo, the big G out at midcourt. It's Cade Hardy. Down to 11 seconds. And now down to 6. Here's Walbert driving, going to the bucket. The shot is no good, but a foul. It's on Cade Hardy. His first, team second.
He called, the other official called it out on the floor.
That's what I thought.
Which would be a big difference. A good foul by Cade if it's on the floor, not so much if it's on the shot there.
Walbert pretty automatic, 84% foul shooter on the season. Hits the first of the 2 to make it a 16-10 Glasgow lead. Second shot of the way, it's good. 17-10. 2.6 left to go. They get it into Bewley. Bewley's going to have to launch it from midcourt, and it falls short. That's the end of the quarter. Glasgow leads it 17-10 over Barren County. Back after this break. This is Trojan basketball on 104 The Score.
What I really like about with Project Lead the Way and with the STEAM content that I get to teach is it makes those real world connections. It's allowing kids to put their brain in action. It's not that, we're not at that time in the game where we're sitting and getting and taking notes and content. It's taking that content and applying it to real world selections. And that's what Project Lead the Way is allowing us to do and create those opportunities. Those students that you have in the classroom that may struggle with that reading and math are thriving with this content because they're able to put solutions to problems and fix things that they wouldn't necessarily get in a normal math or reading classroom.
Just being able to figure out what didn't work and how to make it work and how to work through that process just in itself for you as a person is important, but also it builds those skills that are going to be necessary for each grade that follows us.
Lead over the Trojans as we start quarter number 2. Barren County only 3 field goals in that first quarter. One of those a 3-point shot.
3 of 8. Glasgow shot 7 of 10. Big difference. Passing up a lot of good shots. That's Warren's message. Take the shots that are open and given to you.
Yeah. Bewley penetrating in the lane. Throws up the shot. No good. Ball tipped down. Walbert grabs it. Glasgow has it coming the other way. Walbert making a move on Hardy. Throws up the shot. It's no good, but a foul. Hardy, number 2 on him. First of the second quarter. And Jackson Reese will check into the Trojan lineup of 5'11" junior. Jarek Martin will toss it in for Glasgow, right side of the bucket. They lob it into Walbert. So now Jackson Reese has the assignment of guarding Walbert. Walbert taking him one-on-one, trying to step back, can't get open for the 3. They go inside there. They kick it back off in the corner. Nunley fires up a 15-footer way off the mark. Didn't draw iron. Hit the left side of the backboard, the right-hand side. Here's Bewley with it. Stops, gives to Spillman. A long-range 3 is in and out. And the rebound comes off to Glasgow. It's Nunley. Feeds it down to Walbert on the left side. Walbert back out now to Bradley. And now Jeremiah Driver for a three-point shot. He nails it.
Little strong enough. We were scramble drilled to try to figure out who we were guarding, and they've doubled us up a minute into the second quarter.
And it is 20-10. Jackson Reese trying to bounce it down low to Hall. It's kicked out of bounds.
We struggle shooting the three. That's exactly what I said in the early going. When we struggle to shoot the three, how are we going to score and how are we going to stay in the game when Glasgow's hot? They're hot right now, and we're not. We're struggling. We're frustrated, but we got to stay with it and get some good shots.
Yep. Comes out to Jackson Reese. He drives the bucket, puts it up high off the window. No, but a blocking foul. And they're going to put it on number 15, and that is Jeremiah Driver, his first, team's first of the quarter. Jackson Reese will head to the free throw line for the Trojans. He's 6 of 10 on the season. This one on the way, no good off the front of the rim. Barren County only 3 of 8. 3 of 7 from the foul line here in the first half.
Struggling.
Jackson Reese, one more shot. It's on the way, and he got that one. 20-11, Glasgow leads it. 6:50 to play in the first half. Walbert with the basketball. Gets a screen from Minton, takes it to the right side, pulls up, free throw line, jump shot, no good. Rebound grabbed in there by Clemens. Clemens sends it down. Oh, picked off, trying to go down underneath the basket to Reese. And here's Martin underneath, lays it up and in.
Timeout.
22-11. Three-point try, Compton. It's coming up short. Rebound quickly down the floor. It's Nunley. Had it stripped away by Bewley. He's trapped. They give it off to Clemens. Clemens into the front court with it for the Trojans. Down to 6:10 to go in a half. Barren County down by 11. Here's a lob thrown away. Hall chased it down, saved it in bounds. Grabbed by Clemens, and a foul on Bradley. His first, team second. Basketball. The ball comes to Hall, hands it back to Bewley. Bewley trying to make a move on Walbert, hands it off. Here's Compton. The three is partially blocked. Underneath the basket, Glasgow has it. Quickly down the floor, Bradley crossover move in the lane. His jump shot is no good, and the rebound comes off to Bewley for the Trojans. Bewley sends it down to Hall. Hall in the lane, up with the left hand. It's in there.
Got to get Graham involved right now. He's got a couple of our buckets, doesn't he?
Yep. 22-13, 5.5 minutes to play before halftime.
That's the biggest mismatch, I think, for them against us is Graham in the paint.
As Walbert dribbles it off to the left side. And they work it in there to Martin. In the corner, three-point shot. Good for Nunnally. 3 of them this half for the Glasgow Scotties. They lead at 25-13. On the other end, a shot missed by Bewley. Martin with it for the Scotties. Okay. Can't call a palm out there. And nobody put. Yeah, he knows he messed up. Martin will hand it off out to Bradley to set it up. Bradley taking Clemens one-on-one to the basket, puts it up, got it. Warren Cunningham wants a timeout. Yeah, everything going Glasgow's way right now, and with 4:30 to play in the first half, Glasgow has a 27-13 lead.
At the culmination of our pathways, students have the opportunity to go
body contact, creating about 3 or 4 step separation, and they are cooled down compared to what they were in the first half, but they still have 4 field goals to just 1 this quarter for us.
Coming up at halftime, we'll talk with Chris Franklin of Don Franklin Auto Glasgow about things going on at the dealership and some other dealerships by Don Franklin. 27-13. Trojans down here. It's the Glasgow Scotties. Bewley works it into the front court. Bewley, right side to Bunch. Bounce pass, right side corner. Reese trying to go baseline. And he threw it away. Jumping to the passing lane. Glasgow on the other end. Here's Walbert to the rack. Puts it up. No good. He traveled. Cade Hardy coming back to the Trojan lineup for Jackson Reese. .410 to play and a half. Barren County down by 14. It's 27-13. Spellman gets it across the line. Bounces it off to Hardy. Hardy coming off the screen. Had Hall wide open. Couldn't find him.
Got to get it to him.
Left side is Spillman. Spillman being chased out there. Bunch out of the corner. His shot's blocked. Saved inbounds by Spillman. Glasgow has it. Nope. Loose on the floor. Yep, Scotties have it coming the other way. Martin feeds it off underneath, wide open shot put up and in by Bradley.
Point shooters have blocked a couple.
Spillman for three. It's no good. Rebound Martin. 3:28 to play and a half. Glasgow by 16. Martin down the lane gets bumped by Bunch. And that'll be his first, team second of the quarter.
Haven't been able to play a man because of their drives. Haven't really been able to play them zone because of rotation and kicks to the corners on threes. So it's just really not been our night, as they are more than doubling us up right now and continuing to extend the lead with a chance to make it 17 with some makes.
Martin's 0 for 2 from the line back in the first quarter. And the shot goes up, and he got that one. Point number 7 for Martin. It is 30-13 Glasgow. For the second toss. It's on the way, and he got them both. Full timeout call by Glasgow. With 3:23 to play in the first half, it is 31-13 Scotties. Second quarter is brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op.
Was that 18-point deficit, right?
Yeah.
And we've got 3.5, little under 3.5 to go in the quarter. You got to get it to find a way to stop the bleed, if you will, and get it closer to 10. And our shooting hopefully won't continue to struggle. We are a whole 1 of 8 from 3, just 1 of 8 this quarter specifically. So hopefully we'll find some foothold, but your defense has to get you through those lumps. Our defense is really struggling tonight, so we're going to have to find a way to get others involved, not just shoot threes. I've said that over and over. When our threes struggle, we got to go inside, find other avenues. But Glasgow defense is pretty tough on our offense right now, and ours is got a lot of leaks in it.
What, 2 or 3 shots from three-point range blocked?
Yes, at least 2.
Bewley with a spin move, trying to penetrate in the lane. Out to Carter Browning, who's in the ball game now. 6'3" senior. Graham Hall out to Browning for a 3. It's off the mark. And the rebound comes off to Bradley. Bradley falling down, loose ball, and got rid of it to Martin. Over to Walbert for the 3 ball. It is no good. Follow-up is no good. And the rebound coming down with it is Hall, and he is going to be fouled. On the arm, his second, team's third of the quarter. .254 left in the half. Barren County has only scored 3 points here in the second quarter. Glasgow has scored 14. Spellman with the basketball. Top of the key. Hands it off to Hall. Hall trying to make a spin move on Minton. Puts it up. It's blocked. Got it back. Oh, he stepped on the... he's already out of bounds, and they had it pinned back to him. Goes basketball, 2:35 left in the quarter. Auburn gets it across against Spillman. Left side, we got a foul on somebody. It's on Browning. It's first, team's third. Ball comes out in the corner to Nunley. Nunley gives it to Martin. 2:20 left in the half. Comes to Bradley. To Walbert. Down low, Martin. Brings it back out, being patient with the basketball. 2 minutes to play, up by 18. Taking on Clemens, one-on-one, drives in, puts it in. With 10 points. 20-point lead for Glasgow, 33-13. Browning, another three-point attempt. It's short. Had good arc, just not enough, and this shot goes up no good. And the rebound to Glasgow. Walbert pushing it down, going inside. Oh, runs into to Spillman, and that'll be an offensive foul on Walbert. His first, team's fourth. With 1:33 to play here in the first half, Barren down by 20 points. Bewley dumps it in the high post. Spillman, right elbow, turns, goes to the basket. Try to go up. Foul going to be on Nunley, his second. Team's fifth.
Yeah. Warren's about to lose his mind over here because of trying to do some circus shots when all we got to do is just lay it in and draw the foul.
Spillman is only 1 of 4 at the stripe tonight. First of 2 good. (33-14). Second shot missed off the front of the iron. Nunley with a rebound, off to the races. He walked.
Yeah, sure did. Huh?
Had too big of a hurry. County's basketball, 1:17 to play in the half. Comes into Bewley. Right side, it goes to Hardy. Dumps it down to Hall. Hall works inside, and he takes one step too many.
Just score it. Score it. Too fancy. Just score it. Got to do is you go to the middle, spin around, lay it in. Making things too complicated right now, but we're like the girls were a little bit in the first half. We're pressing because we're so far behind. We're trying to make it all up in one possession.
Yeah. Gavin Nunn checks in, 6'5" sophomore for the Trojans. 55 seconds to go. Trying to go one-on-one. Here's an off-balance shot, no good. Nunn with a rebound. He'll get rid of it off to Bewley. Bewley takes it off right down, has shot blocked. No, they're not going to call goaltending. There's a shot on the other end that's no good. Nunn with a rebound for the Trojans, trying to clear everybody out. One dribble gives it off to Hardy with 30 seconds to play in the half. Long bounce pass in the corner to Bewley. He can't shoot, out to Hardy. Hardy's going to launch it up from 25 feet. It's no good. Rebound comes off to Driver, and a foul on Barren County with 20.3.
On Gavin.
Moore is checked into the Trojan lineup, 6-foot senior. Albert going to hold it for one, 10 seconds to play. It's a screen from Martin. Walbert picks up his dribble, gives it back to Martin. He turns, top of the key, back to Walbert. Going to fire up a three at the buzzer. It is no good, and that's the end of the first half. It is Glasgow 33, Barren County 14. We'll return with a halftime in a moment on 104 The Score.
At the culmination of our pathways, students have the opportunity to go out into the community and to be able to co-op. It's through these experiences that kids get real life experience. They get to practice the skills that they learn in the class, hands-on.
I'm working here at Commonwealth Broadcasting Corporation, and it's just really awesome. I get to do lots of cool stuff like write commercials. I've voiced a couple commercials, and I just kind of help out with whatever anybody needs. My favorite part is getting to meet all the different kinds of people and also just getting opportunities like this co-op. It's really just been a wonderful learning experience.
Favorite part is just being able, instead of being in a classroom where you have to sit all day, you're doing your own work for something that you're actually interested in. I would recommend this course to other students just because it'll let them know if they would like to do this for a career.
Medical Detectives is part of the Project Lead the Way curriculum, a feeder to the Biomed program at the high school. One of the things that I really enjoy about this class is that it does expose the students to a number of different medical careers and give them ideas that there are numerous potential career opportunities for somebody in the medical field.
I would definitely recommend the class for someone who has interest in medical sciences, and you'll learn a lot about the brain, vital signs, and just all around a lot about science.
Classes that we're offering here with Project Lead the Way, it allows them to have those real world problems where they're able to connect with each other, connect across soft skills that they're able to develop and work through those problems together. And so within our school, within our district, we provide lots of different opportunities for students to learn, to grow, and so that's what our goal here is at Barren County Middle School, is to empower students through our learning opportunities.
Chris Franklin of Don Franklin Auto Glasgow joins me here at halftime. How you doing, Chris?
I'm great.
You said you've been up in a plane all day long,
yeah,
huh?
I've been traveling a little bit the last couple of days, so I'm a little tired.
I bet. Well, we'll talk about a couple of things here. All the construction going on right now at the Glasgow location. Tell us about that.
Well, we're in the process of building a brand new Chevrolet store and a brand new Cadillac store. We've down since about 19. We bought the existing dealership there, and we've outgrown the little buildings there, so we're building a little bit larger buildings.
Well, now what are the plans for the old buildings? Are they gonna be torn down, or what's going to be going on with that?
No, we're going to do some remodeling on them. There's a lot of different things we're going to do. We're going to bring a couple different businesses here that are under our umbrella. We're going to be able to do bed liners, spraying bed liners, hitches, just a lot of different things at our location, all on the same campus.
Now, will all of this new construction mean more hired people?
It will. We're in the process of looking for employees now. We need salespeople, service advisors, technicians, body shop people. So we're going to employ quite a few people.
Now, what's the anticipated opening for both the new dealerships that you're opening?
Well, we think both the new dealerships should be open by the 1st of June. June the 6th is our scheduled date, completion date for both stores.
Okay. I know Don Franklin has a lot of dealerships across the state. How many altogether?
We've got 27 now. 27. We just bought one in Elizabethtown a few months ago.
27. That's a few, isn't it? It's a lot to keep up with. And I know Don Franklin is so involved with the community, and we appreciate your support of the sports broadcast that we've done the last few years, and you're all just giving to all the local school systems in the area.
Yeah, we like to be involved in the communities that we work in. It's very important to us. Our owner, Eddie Franklin, he's everything about family. He loves children. So I'm thankful that he lets me do the things that we do here in this town for the school systems and the children. So,
anything else you want to add?
No, man. Just thank you guys for allowing us to be part of your station. You guys do a great job for us, and we really appreciate the partnership.
Well, we appreciate all your support too. I know you need to get some rest.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good to see you, Chris.
Thank you.
Take care. Chris Franklin of Don Franklin Auto Glasgow with us at halftime. The Trojans down by 19 here at the break, 33-14. To the Glasgow Scotties. And we'll come back and take a look at the stats on the Extreme Cheer halftime report following this timeout on 104 The Score.
It's not about having kids know content knowledge, like, hey, I memorized this order of things, or I know that. It's actually basically like a knowledge acquisition process. Do I know how to get knowledge? Do I know how to research? What's my question? How do I know when I've learned this? How do I know when I'm ready to go to the next thing? So for them in the STEAM process, what we look at is, what's our question first? What are we trying to accomplish? What's our goal when it's all said and done? I try to have models for the kids. We discuss things. We look at examples from the real world, and ultimately in the end, they have to figure out the engineering process for themselves. I'll provide them with materials. I'll provide them with instruction, even some direction, but ultimately in the end, they have to build these things, and that's the kind of real world stuff they're going to have to work through. That stuff will take them far beyond what they learn here. It's all about trying things, taking risk, and then applying what you've learned in a classroom to what you do in life, and then being able to develop techniques that you can use outside these walls.
I'm super proud of what we've been able to build in the last few years in our program. Our goal has always been to set students up for success. But what this does is, I think it is a game changer, because it creates that next step of connections for students to what we're doing in the curriculum, and allows them to really see hands-on what nobody else gets to see.
I've absolutely loved the past 4 years being in biomed. I have got so many wonderful opportunities, and it has prepared me so much for my future.
I really feel like our rigorous curriculum really prepares them for med school, physical therapy school, pretty much any graduate medical degree. Our table is a great asset. It's really just a really good supplement to help their learning.
Barren County High School is very fortunate to offer multiple career pathways. The biomedical pathway is just one of those, but our focus is always to have students hands-on experience that prepare them directly for the career that they're going to have when they graduate.
Halftime report. Glasgow was up 17-10 at the end of the first quarter. They outscored the Trojans 16-4 in the second period of play. And Glasgow had 12 field goals. 3 of those were three-pointers, 4 of 6 from the line. Jarek Martin has 10 points for Glasgow, 4 baskets, 2 of 4 from the line. Jalen Bradley has come off the bench to score 7 out of 3 and a couple of 2s. 6 points for John Carter Walbert, all those coming in the first quarter. A couple of field goals and 2 for 2 from the line. 5 points for Quinn Nunley, a 3 and a 2. 3-point shot from Jeremiah Driver and a 2-point basket from JoJo Driver. Landon Minton started the ball game and has not scored. For the Trojans, only 4 field goals the entire first half. I don't remember a time the Trojans only had that few of field goals in a first half. One of those a 3-point shot, and we're 5 of 10 from the free throw line. 2 of 6 free throws for Tate Spillman. That's all of his points. Bray Bewley, a 3. Couple of free throws, 5. All those in this first quarter. Waylon Clemens with a basket. Mason Bunch has not scored. Graham Hall, a couple of baskets for 4. And 1 point for Jackson Reese on 1 of 2 from the line. William Compton did not score. Carter Browning, Cash Moore, Cade Hardy, Gavin Nunn all saw action but did not score. But I've seen teams come back from 19 down to win, but boy, it's going to take a monumental effort, I think, in this one.
Yeah, I've seen it happen with less than 4 minutes to go in a district tournament, too, against Glasgow. So, I mean, it's been done in more inauspicious situations, if you will. But I think it's fair to say, it's not an exaggeration, that was a poor performance in the first half by the Trojans, and it just snowballed into kind of an abysmal performance. Maybe our worst half we played all year. I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen most of them. Just 4 of 22 for 18%. Specifically, we were 1 of 14 in the second quarter. Did not hit a 3 in 8 attempts. So we ended the half 1 of 11 from 3, just 4 of 22 overall. Glasgow, on the other hand, much better shooting. They were 70% in the first quarter and 43 in the second. So 13 of 24 for 51%, 3 of 5 from behind the arc. I didn't force a ton of shots. Took a lot of good threes on kickouts, and against the zone, they made them. They've turned it over 5. We turned it over 6. We're out rebounded 16-12. And with all those misses, we only had 2 offensive boards. That tells you we're not being aggressive. We're not going to the glass. We're not getting things done. And I don't know if we'll win it or not, but you've got a chance to either lay down and quit, or you're going to come back and try to have a performance that gives you a chance in the end. And that's all you honestly can ask for down this margin.
If you missed the girls' game tonight, the Trojanettes won 51-23. They were only up by 2 at halftime. Went on a 29-2 run. That's what the Trojans are going to have to do against the Scotties if they try to get back and win this one tonight. We got a game tomorrow night in Monroe County, and that will not be easy either.
Yeah. So, understand we can't rely on threes, but we can't pass them up if they're there. We got to keep shooting the basketball. The only way you're going to make shots is if you take shots and just continue to try to take the best ones you can, but not give up straight line drives and not give up open threes to Glasgow as you attempt to come back from it.
And Allen County Scottsville is leading Warren East after one, 15-11. That's kind of a surprise. Glasgow with the basketball. JoJo Driver gives it to Walber to the right side. They feed it to the middle. Jeremiah Driver going to the bucket, and he puts it in.
That's not a great way to start the half.
35-14. Bewley needs somewhere to go. Spillman back to Bewley. The high post, right elbow. Hall out to Bunch. Gives to Bewley. Bounce pass inside to Hall, and he puts it up and in.
He got, that was Minton to commit to him, which left Graham open underneath. Great two-man execution. Now, you just got to chip away, and the only way you can do that is get stops.
Walbert hands it off. It is Martin throwing up, falling away. No. Loose ball in the lane. Diving for it is Clemens on the court with Minton, and Trojans will get the ball in the alternating possession.
Get him to miss. You got to clean it up, not use possession arrows to do it.
(35-16). We played about a minute of the third period. Here are the Farmers RECC Jackie Browning Memorial second half. Third quarter brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Bewley, bounce pass off to Spillman on the right wing. Spillman trying to break into the lane. Goes up with a shot. No good. Tapped it up. No good. Got his own rebound. Back up and a foul. Tate Spillman, he stayed with it. Draws a foul. He'll go the line for two. And the foul is on, is it on JoJo Driver?
Yes.
I believe I have him for three.
That's correct.
Spillman for two. First one is no good.
Come on, guys. We got to make some free throws.
Tate Spillman, 2 of 7 from the charity stripe. Second shot. It's in the air. He got that one. 35-17 Glasgow. Walbert working around out top, and he's going to be fouled by Spillman. First team's first. It's out to Minton. He'll give it to Jeremiah Driver. Gives to Walbert. Fires the three. No. Rebound to Bewley. Bewley pushed it down left of the lane. Pumps, goes up. Shot good off the window.
Good job. Yeah, and as Warren has implored him to shoot the basketball all the first half, he gets an applaud doing exactly what he's been asked.
People's Bank shot for Bray Bewley. Makes it 35-19. Side JoJo Driver cuts to the lane. His jump shot is good. 37-19. Scotties. Bewley. Right side Spillman. Right elbow. Jump shot. Good.
Get a little groove going.
37-21.
And a little 1-2-2 to see if we can pick up some pressure.
Goes to JoJo Driver. He's in a trap. Gives it back out to Walbert. Walbert being chased out there. Goes to Jeremiah Driver. Jumps it back to Walbert. Slings it over now. They go inside to Martin. Feeds it underneath and a wraparound pass. And Minton lost it in the air. Trojans have it coming the other way. Spillman down the right side. It is Clemens inside. Hall out to Bunch for three. Good!
And that's 3 buckets in a row, and we get a little emotion from the burgundy and gold across the way. Cut it to 13, 5 minutes to go.
37-24. A 10-4 run by the Trojans here in the first 3 minutes of the third period. With the basketball is Walbert. Bounces it down low, and Jeremiah Driver, and that's going to be an offensive foul. He lowered that shoulder into Mason Bunch. Jeremiah Driver picks up his second personal, number 2 on the Scotties here in the quarter.
Good job, Mason. We got to continue to pick our spots where we can get some of those charges and turn them over as they go right into our body as they're driving the basketball.
As Bewley works it up court against Walbert. Gets it across the midcourt stripe. Bewley picks up his dribble, floats it there to Hall, hands it back to Bewley, drives left of the lane, kicks it back out. It's Hall at the free throw line, back to Spillman. Now Spillman goes left side at Clemens. Clemens throws a 15-footer that's no good. Martin claims the rebound.
Little off kilter there.
On the corner, three-point shot, good for JoJo Driver. 40-24, Glasgow. Left side, Spillman fakes the three, drives into the paint, kicks it back off the right side. The punch, and a bad pass intended for Hall. Taken by Jeremiah Driver. Takes it against Hall, goes inside, throws it up off the glass, it's no good. Bunch with a rebound off to Bewley. Bewley breaks toward the middle, down the lane off to Clemens. Clemens leaves it in the corner. Bewley fires up the three, no good. Ball tapped over, and Martin grabs it out of the air. Glasgow back the other way. 3.5 minutes to play here in the third. Martin driving to the basket, throws it up, no good. Rebound to Hall. Hall bounces it off to Bewley. Long pass down to Clemens. He's going to go to the basket. Nobody tried to pick him up, and Clemens gets an easy 2. Makes it 40-20. Stolen away. Spillman puts it in.
And got the inbounds pass and laid it back in. A quick 4-point play, if you will.
Cuts it to 12 at 40-28.
Get Glasgow frustrated. Get them frustrated and get it within single digits here.
3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Jeremiah Driver with it. Right side is Martin. Martin throws it out to JoJo Driver. JoJo Driver now gives it to Nunley. Nunley off to Walbert on the left side. Walbert looking, feeds it across over to Jeremiah Driver, right side of the circle. Out it comes to Martin on the left. Martin looking, back out to JoJo Driver. Driver making a move, a whistle and a foul. Bewley, his second. Team second of the quarter. Gavin Nunn and William Compton checking into the Trojan lineup. 38 to play here in the third quarter. Ball comes out to Minton. He'll give it now to Nunley. Nunley away. Spillman trying to pick it up off the floor. Diving for it was Walbert. And now here's Martin with it. In the corner, Driver, a three. It's off to Mark. Spillman with a rebound. Spillman hits it into the front court. Right side it goes to Bewley. Bewley cuts to the middle. Throws it off the left side. Three. Go!
There's your single digits.
40-31. Wiping away a 19-point lead. It's down to 9 with 2:05. 40, Barren County 31.
We are, let's count it up here, 6 of 10. So we have found kind of a little bit of groove. 6 of 10 overall, includes 2 of 3 from deep. And Glasgow has gone cold, at least compared to what they were in the first half. So we're finding some things that work, spreading them out, making all 5 of their guys play defense, and each possession looking for a little gap, looking for a little mismatch where we can take advantage of. And that doesn't mean we, like in the girls' game, that doesn't mean we got to get it all the way to the rim. We can pull up and shoot a little floater. We can shoot a little 15-footer, or we can drive it and kick it like we did to Compton there. We got plenty of good shooters, and we got plenty of ball players to erase a 19-point lead, and we're doing our best.
6 different Trojans have scored here in the third quarter. Mason Bunch with a 3, Compton with a 3, Spillman a couple of field goals, Bewley, Clemens, Hall, all with a field goal apiece. Within 9 points after trailing by 19 at halftime, 33-14.
Anybody in foul trouble? Don't think so, right?
Bewley's got 2.
Okay.
JoJo Driver has 3 for Glasgow. Goes basketball, comes out to Walbert. Walbert getting the screen, goes off, pulls up with a jumper. It's no good. Spillman with a rebound. Spillman against Walbert, one-on-one, drives the bucket, throws it up. It is coming off the rim. The rebound of Mitten. And a foul.
Jump ball.
Oh, jump ball. I thought he was going to call a foul, but
I thought he was too, to be honest. Probably
possession arrow back to the Trojans, or is it going to go to Glasgow?
Scotty's.
Okay. 1:45 left in the third. It's 40-31. Scotty's on top. Walbert with the basketball, the left-hand side. Mitten comes to set a screen. Spillman stays with him. They dump it inside. Here's Martin. And a whistle. What we got?
On the pass, hopefully. We got a foul.
On the floor.
He will call it on the floor.
And it's on Bunch, I think. His second, team's third of the quarter. Top with it is Bradley, who's back in the court now for Glasgow. Hands it off to Walbert. Down a minute 20 to play. Third period. They hand it off to Martin. Martin drives, spin move, pivots around, turns. Shot partially blocked, but a foul on
the wrist. His third.
Fourth foul of the quarter. Martin at the line. He's 2 for 4. He missed his first 2, hit his last 2. 10 points in the basketball game. With a minute 14 to play here in the third. Martin, 65% shooter from the line, and he missed it off the front of the rim. And Clemens coming in for Mason Bunch for the Trojans. One more shot for Martin. On the way, and it comes off. The rebound to Clemens. Gives to Bewley. Bewley stops, a little hesitation move, throws it up on the run, no good. Rebound to Martin.
Didn't have a good angle.
Long pass down the court. Here's Walbert putting it up and in. First 2 points for Walbert since the first quarter. Back up to 11 at 42-31. 52 seconds to play here in the third period. Spillman bounces it off to Bewley on the left side. Bewley gets the screen from Hall. Trying to penetrate out to Spillman. Spillman and now needs some help. Looking for Bewley, can't find him. Comes out to Hall. He'll give it back to Spillman. 30 seconds remaining in the quarter. Spillman curling around to the right, foul on Walbert. His second, team's third. Basketball here on the side with 29.3, down by 11. As Bewley gets it in play to Hall. Hall dribbles and hands it off to Bewley, down to 24. Bewley picks up his dribble, goes to Spillman. Spillman now looking. At the left elbow is Hall. Hall sends it out to Bewley, coming around to the left side. Bewley stops and looks, puts it up from 10, and it rattles and stays. 42-33, 5 seconds to play. Going to the basket inside, shot partially blocked out of bounds, and that will do it for the third quarter. Barren County has cut it to 9, 42-33 to the Glasgow Scotties. The Trojans scored 19 in the third. Glasgow scores 9, and we'll return with the fourth quarter after this break on 104 The Score.
I really like the hands-on aspect because I have several students, particularly this year, being that we do have such large gaps from our COVID time, that are having some trouble with reading. They struggle to do that. So when we do the hands-on and they're able to see the models and to watch me do it and do it, that is taken completely out of the equation, and it gives them the confidence to really shine and do all these smaller tasks.
Building that foundation of how students can use science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, making those connections with the classroom teachers and what they're doing in their classrooms as well. And you know, sometimes they don't have the time to do those project-based type things. In our STEAM lab, they're able to do that. And then also with our Project Lead the Way, students are really thinking about how to build and solve real-world problems, presented with scenarios, and then they have to problem solve and come up with solutions as a team. And so we're really excited about laying that foundation here at Temple Hill this year.
Small enough to know you, big enough to help. Trojans down by 9, trailed by 19 at halftime. Bewley working around to the right side, dumps it off to Hall, top of the key, gives to Spillman. Spillman working around the pick to the right, steps back, can't shoot the three. Gives it over to Clemens on the left side. Clemens fakes one way, goes the other. He drives, he goes to the basket, and he is going to be fouled. Foul will be on Jeremiah Driver, his third, team's first of the fourth quarter. And Clemens will be at the line for 2 shots. Clemens, a 54% foul shooter on the season. This one is no good.
Oh, Lord. Our free throw shooting's not been great, has it?
5 of 10 the first half. We are 1 of 3 in the second half. So 6 of 13. 6 of 13 from the foul line.
A little uncharacteristic for us.
Yeah. So Clemens will have another try at it here.
We're usually about 70% from the free throw line, aren't we?
Yeah. Shot goes up, and it is no good. Glasgow with the basketball. Martin quickly down the floor, and the corner goes to Walbert.
That's an illegal screen.
Yeah, here's a three-point shot that's going to come off, and the hand comes into Clemens. Long pass over to Spillman, steps back, shoots the three, bounces over the backboard and out of bounds. William Compton checking in for Waylon Clemens. 7:26 to go in the basketball game. Glasgow up 9. Walbert brings it up against Spillman. Walbert into the front court, bounce pass off to Martin, turns toward the basket, hands it off out to JoJo Driver. He's going to drive, throw it up. It's blocked in there by Punch. He lost the handle, then put up, no good for Minton, and a foul on the Trojans. That's going to be 4 on Mason Bunch. And Minton is at the line. He averages about 4 points a game. Shots here. First one's good. First point of the game. Puts the Scotties back up to a 10-point lead, 43-33. Hardy back in the ball game for the Trojans. Minton line, one more. He missed it. Rebound comes off to Compton. 1 minute gone in the fourth. Barren down 10. Right side Spillman. Hall coming over to set a screen. Trying to step back, can't get the three. That goes back out to Bewley. Bewley working to the left side. Gives to Hardy. Hardy. And trying to set a screen. Can't shake it off. He goes into the lane. His runner, no good. Ball tapped out. Walbert's got it for Glasgow. And ripped away by Bewley. Just took it out of his hands. Bewley, left side, Spillman, three in the air, no good. Rebound comes off to Walbert. Walbert driving, gets bumped by Spillman, and that's his second. Team second of the quarter.
Long rebound, we didn't have a guard back, and they got a quick opportunity at pushing the basketball to the rim.
Hey, you got 13! Walbert lobs it out to Minton. He'll give it now to Nunley. Now here's Walbert in the lane, throws up an off-balance shot, rim's no good. Rebound comes off to Hardy.
They're giving us chances here. We got to score, though.
Yep. Hardy looking left, gets with the basketball to Bewley. Gonna lodge it, three, no good. Rebound comes off to Minton.
Can't take bad shots.
Walbert down the lane, up with the right hand and in. Points for Walbert now. The lead back up to 12. It's 45-33. 5:50 to play in the basketball game. Hardy being chased, double team off to Compton. Compton trying to work himself in, a whistle, and a foul on Martin, his second, team second of the quarter. And Clemens coming back in for Cade Hardy. Bewley on the left baseline to toss it in for the Trojans. Bewley looking, somebody's got to get open, comes into Clemens, he goes up, shot blocked, but a foul. Will be on Minton, his third, team's third of the quarter. So here we go back to the free throw line. Barren County only 1 of 4 in the second half, 6 of 14 for the game. 2 shots. First one on the way. Rims, no good. For one more. It's up. It's no good. Oh, quickly in the front court. Martin hands it off to Nunley. Crossover move. Gives it out now to Bradley. 5.5 minutes to play. JoJo Driver cutting across the key. Gives it back out to Martin. Martin takes it to the right side. And gives to Nunley. Long range right. Flips it off now to JoJo Driver. Spin move in the lane. His shot goes up good and a foul. For 3 on Bray Bewley. The driver is an 81% foul shooter. It's increased back to 15 at 48-33. They're on a 6-0 run to start the fourth quarter. Still some time, but going to have to start making some shots. Free throw shots. Point shots. Clemens with it on the left side. He wants to drive. He's cut off by Walbert. Out the punch. He can't shoot. Dumps it back inside there. Spillman going up, missing the shot, but he's fouled. Number 2 on him, 4 on the Scotties here in the fourth quarter. Spillman at the line for 2 shots. First one on the way, no good. It's unbelievable. 1 of 7 from the foul line here in the second half. Second shot is up, and he missed it too. When things are bad, they're bad.
Yeah.
4:42 to play. Glasgow up 15. Driving. Shot blocked by Bunch. Taken by Clemens. Clemens pushing it down the floor. Trying to shovel it off underneath to Spillman. It's knocked out of bounds. Barren County 6 of 18 from the free throw line. Comes way out front to Bewley. Bewley throws up the runner off the glass. It's no good. Rebound to Martin. Spin move. It's Walbert scooping it up. No. Rebound to Bunch. Gives to Bewley. Back over to Bunch. He's open. Spots up 3. Got it. Need a few more of those.
Yeah.
Second the People's Bank threes for Mason Bunch. Cuts the lead to 12. 4:07 to play.
Was it 9? Is that the closest we've been? 9, and then Driver hit at the corner 3 and pushed it back to 12, and we haven't been any closer than that. Yeah, just free throws are hurt us all game, not just this quarter or this half. They've hurt us all game, and that's not the only thing. Just a poor performance in the first half. You got to use a lot of energy to come back from it. And, conversation on the way over here, and just was a little worried that the environment, these rims aren't the friendliest to give you bounces sometimes, and the environment, you tighten up just a little bit shooting the basketball, and that's what we showed in the first half, 1 of 11 from 3. And when those threes aren't going, our team sometimes getting in a little lull, not scoring, and Glasgow just happened to be the complete opposite of it. And, we've had fight in the second half, don't get me wrong, but we were in a huge hole. Still not completely out of the question. 4 minutes to go, down 12. You've got to find a way, though. Driver's played a good game for them, and if he's not shooting the basketball, Walbert's taking it to the bucket, and you always got to have a lot of attention on Martin, who hadn't scored this half but had 10 in the first.
Trojans have missed enough free throws to actually be tied in this game. 4 minutes left.
And if you hit half of them, it's a 6-point game.
Walbert throws it up. It's no good, but a foul. Compton and Spillman both went to the deck. Spillman's third personal foul, number 4. And Walbert is one of those two guys you don't want at the free throw line. Him and JoJo Driver, they shoot over 80% from the charity stripe.
I'm not real sure what we were doing there. We didn't really fully commit to the help, and because we didn't, that actually impeded Tate from staying in front of Walbert.
Walbert makes the first one, 49-36 Glasgow. Second shot is on the way, and it's going to drop in. 50-36. 3:50. Time becoming a factor now for the Trojans. Bounce pass right side is Punch. Leaves it out with Spillman. Back to Punch. Fires up the 3. A little rushed it, I believe. And they couldn't get to it on the rebound as Hall. It's out of bounds to Glasgow.
I don't know. We're going to have to turn up the defensive pressure. We're going to have to go like we are 1-2-2. They're not going to be in any hurry, though.
No. They're going to fire up a three-point shot. It's no good. Offensive rebound. Walbert fires up a 3. Got it.
But if they give
Nobody came out to get on him. And
they give us opportunities by taking threes they shouldn't take and then miss. We've got to get the offensive board, or the defensive board.
That's back up to 17. 53-36. Punch works out front. Bounce pass too long. Turnover. Walbert's got it for the Scotties. Bounce pass underneath, and it's put up, no good. Battle for the rebound. Punch racing out of there with it. Has it knocked away from behind. A steal. Scotties have it with 2:48.
Been a pretty clean game. We haven't turned it over a ton, just 8 in the game. Beat them 10 times in a row.
Yeah.
I didn't really realize that until I looked back at the stat there. That's a block and an and one. So that streak will probably end here as they're going to get an opportunity to get it back to 20 with and one. Out there.
Yeah, that's it. Mason Punch fouls out. Made a couple of threes in the second half. Finished with 6. 2:33 left to go. The lead is back up to their largest, matches their largest it was at halftime, 55-36.
One of those, that way the old saying goes, Mama said there'd be nights like this. That's one of those. And we've had a heck of a year, and our season's not going to be defined by whatever it is, a 15, 20, 25-point loss to Glasgow. It doesn't feel good for anybody. But there's a lot of season left, and the good thing is the short memory. You get to go around and play another one tomorrow to forget about it.
Yep. Spillman with it. Can't shoot the 3. Drives in, trying to force it up, and he draws a foul. Was on JoJo Driver, his 4th. Should be 2 shots.
Yeah, it's time.
Spillman will be at the line.
Somebody needs to tell Glasgow they're up 20. They need to quit yelling at the refs back here in their ear.
Spillman struggling from the line tonight. See if he can make these. And the first one is good. Took some rim, but it goes down. Four of 10 from the line tonight for Tate Spillman. Second shot is also good. 56-38, 2:20 to play. In the corner, they launch it up for 3, and it's no good. Offensive rebound, Jeremiah Driver. Trying to go back up over Hall. He missed it, had it blocked on him. Clemens with the basketball. Clemens pushed it into the front court. Left-hand side, out to Bewley. Going to fire up a 3, and he drained it.
Come out. I'll be honest with you. This is how we beat them in the district tournament when we were down by, 100 with 4 minutes left and come back. They shot shots they shouldn't have shot. They've done that tonight. They had a 3 over here in the corner. We didn't get the offensive board, and Walbert hit a 3. They shot a 3 there. We didn't get the offensive board, but we're fortunate enough to get the second one. A defensive board, and they got the offense, and we didn't get the second one. I don't know what they're doing, honestly. They should pull it out, make us come foul them. Instead, they're still running offense with it like they're down instead of where they are right now, up 15. Both teams in the penalty, so you know who you don't want to foul. You don't want to foul Walbert, but I think we're probably too far out of the fouling conversation. We just need to play defense, and whatever happens, happens from this point on.
Yeah. Ball comes into Walbert, gives it right back over to Nunley. Nunley hooks it back to Walbert.
Almost over and back.
Oh, he traveled. Drug the pivot. Bewley with the basketball, penetrating to the free throw line, gives it off to Compton. Back out to Clemens.
Shoot it now.
Back to Compton, long range three, no good. Rebound, Bewley underneath. Turns, fires up a 10-footer. It's an air ball. Minute and a half to go. Glasgow with it. Jeremiah Driver has it knocked away, loose on the floor underneath the basket, but coming up with it, it's JoJo Driver. JoJo Driver hands it off to Walbert. Walbert on the right side, bounce it down underneath, and a foul on Clemens as Jeremiah Driver was going up with it. The line for Glasgow is Jeremiah Driver. .109 to play. It's 56-41. And Jackson Reese, Gavin Nunn, Cash Moore, Carter Browning, Kate Hardy on the floor for the Trojans. Free throw is up and no good. Rebound to Nunn. Hardy with 1 minute to play. Pulls up, throws it out to Carter Browning for a three-point shot that's off the mark. Rebound comes down Nunley. Here's Martin on the other end with a two-hand dunk. 58-41, 48 seconds to play. Jackson Reese working, trying to penetrate, pump fake, shot blocked by Nunley out to Carter Browning. Browning trying to drive off the glass. It's no good. Fight for the rebound and loose on the floor. And we'll have a foul on Gavin Nunn. Second. Glasgow's got to shoot some free throws here. It's Jeremiah Driver at the free throw line. WCDS 1230 AM, 104.7 FM, The Score, Glasgow. Free throw no good for Jeremiah Driver. As they get some reserves in. Colby Brewster, Javon Carmen.
Last time they beat us was
in 2018. Free throw no good for Jeremiah Driver. December is Reese for three. No. Rebound put back up, no good for Browning. Nunn had it for a moment. Had it smacked out of his hands, out of bounds with 25 seconds to play. Hardy to put it in play. Get it in underneath, scramble forward on the floor, and jump ball possession arrow to Glasgow at 21.8.
Last time the girls beat us was 12 of 18. Last time the boys beat us was January of 20.
That's right. January of 20. Been 4 years. But Barren had won 10 straight.
Yes.
13 seconds to play. Here's a high arching three-point shot. Rattles out for Garmin. Rebound to Barren. Here comes Jackson Reese. Down to 3 seconds. 2. Reese feeds it off to Nunn. Underneath, the shot goes in at the buzzer. Glasgow wins it 58-43 over the Barren County Trojans. Glasgow improves to 6-10 on the season. They go to 2-3 in district play. Barren drops to 13-5 on the year, 4-1 in district play. But I don't know that it's going to make any difference because Barren County only has one district game remaining against Allen County Scottsville. Barren County 4-1, Allen County Scottsville 0-2. They're playing Warren East tonight. Yeah. But Warren East, well,
theoretically it could.
Yeah, it should be. Warren East leading Allen County Scottsville by 14 with 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter, 41-27. So
that'll get them their third win.
If Warren East goes to 3-2, Allen would go to 0-3, but Warren East still has.
As long as we beat Allen and take care of business.
Have one more to play.
Yeah, as long as we take care of Allen, it doesn't matter.
So that's where it stands right now. So the final score, 58-43. Glasgow over Barren County tonight. We'll come back with a post-game report after this break on the CPC Commodities post-game report on 104 The Score.
We start working all the way from kindergarten, and they start doing, if it's building the Three Little Pigs houses and they have to build something and test it and all of these sorts of things, they start that kind of problem solving skills really young. We do a lot of group work, so they have to collaborate, they have to learn how to work well together, how to compromise. It's been really cool kind of seeing them kind of come in to kind of get all kinds of things. And plus it kind of prepares them, it kind of shows them like different career options and a lot of things that they've never thought about before. And so when we're doing Project Lead the Way and we're studying engineering, we'll pull up scientists and we'll pull up astronauts, and we've watched some launches on TV and just stuff like that to kind of show them that there's kind of a big world out there and there's all kinds of places and things that they can do.
Hey son, what you doing?
Daddy, I'm going to own a dealership one day.
All right, I'll dream with you.
From one small dream to over 25 dealerships in the state of Kentucky, we have set out to provide Kentuckians with reliable vehicles and the best customer service for over 50 years. This may have started with a simple dream, but our dedication to our customers will go on for generations.
So this class is responsible for growing produce and flowers, hanging baskets, and different vegetables in our school greenhouse that we sell to the public. We also use the produce that's left over after our annual plant sale to grow here in our raised garden beds, and then we harvest that produce throughout the summer. And then all of that produce gets donated to the Barren County Reads and Feeds program here that we do within our school district.
Big difference in the ball game tonight as well, and we'll figure that up here in just a second. Glasgow had 22 field goals, 5 of those were three-point shots. They were 9 of 17 from the foul line. They had 3 players in double figures. John Carter Walbert had 15. Jarek Martin also with 15 for the Scotties tonight. 10 points for JoJo Driver, 7 for Jeremiah Driver. Jalen Bradley had 7. Quinn Nunley with 5. Landon Minton scored 1. Trojans only 15 field goals tonight. 5 of those were three-point shots, and 4 of them were in the second half. But from the free throw line, I haven't even counted them yet. But the Trojans at one point were 6 of 18 from the foul line. There were 5 of 10 in the first half.
I think we were 8 of 20.
8 of 20? Okay. Yep, that is correct. That is 40%. From the foul line, a team that shoots almost 70% on the season. And only one player in double figures tonight. Bray Bewley had 12. Had 4 baskets, 2 of those were three-point shots. He was 2 of 2 from the foul line. Tate Spillman scores 9. He had a couple of field goals, but he was 6 of 13 from the charity stripe. Mason Bunch, a couple of threes for 6. All had 6. On 3 field goals. Couple of field goals for Waylon Clemens for 4. He was 0 for 4 from the line. William Compton had a 3-point shot. Gavin Nunn with the final 2 points at the end of the ball game, and Jackson Reese with 1 of 2 from the line.
We're better than we played tonight, but Glasgow's better than the record. And that's what I said coming in tonight. I knew they weren't a 5-10 basketball team. And on their home court in a district game, they really proved to us that they're a little better basketball team than that. And I had us 15 of 43 for our 15 field goals, 35%. We were 5 of 21 from three, about half of our average there. We usually hit about 10 threes. We only hit 5 tonight. They were 22 of 51 for 43%. They also hit 5 threes, but they were just 5 of 13. We were 5 of 21. Neither team turned it over a ton, 8 for us, 9 for them. We were out-rebounded 33 to 31. A stat that I don't like is only 5 offensive boards. Just didn't really get it done on the glass tonight. And really, honestly, just didn't get it done at all. But you move on. This doesn't define your season. It's one singular game of a collection of games. You go down to Tompkinsville tomorrow night, and you don't want one loss to become 2. You got to bounce back from it real quickly. And I know Warren's disappointed. I know the guys are disappointed, but we are a better basketball team than what this 15-point deficit shows tonight. We've got a few more games throughout the rest of the season as we're on the back half to show it.
We got more post-game report brought to you by CPC Commodities. As we look at the MVP of the game before Coach Cunningham makes his way up, brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Jamie Harris. And I don't know who you really give it to tonight that performed that well. I mean, Bray Bewley was the only guy at double figures. Had 12 points tonight and knocked down a couple of threes. So kind of tough to give it anybody else, I think. So Bray Bewley will be the MVP tonight. Brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Jamie Harris. Trojanettes winning earlier tonight, 51-23, after only having a 2-point lead at halftime. But the Trojans couldn't come back in the second half. They tried to, especially there in the third quarter, outscored Glasgow 19-9, but just couldn't make up enough ground. Coach Warren Cunningham, Coach, I know you're disappointed, but we're a lot better team than what we showed tonight.
Well, I hope so. I mean, I thought Glasgow played really well, and sometimes I just told the guys, I said sometimes in coaching and sports and everything else, you just got to admit when you get your butt kicked, and we got our butts kicked in every aspect of the game. And I mean, we spent all week working it. I mean, we knew exactly what they were going to try to do, and we wanted to play some zone, but we couldn't. You can't play zone when you're down 25. So, you know, we got off to a bad start. I thought they were really physical. They were driving the ball just right at us with very little resistance. And you know, at some point that's got to change. And if we're going to be very good, that's got to improve. And it's just a mindset. It's not anything else. And I mean, when they just flatten out and just go right at you, I mean, that's what that means, is that you can't guard me, and that we didn't guard, and you know, got a little sideways. But give them credit. They caused us to make a lot of mistakes, and when we made those mistakes, they took advantage of it.
You know, we got outscored 16-4 there in the second quarter. Kind of dug us a hole. Then we only made 8 of 20 free throws tonight.
Yeah, it was killer. And I don't know that we've ever shot free throws that badly, but and it was our best one of our best shooters missing several of them. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It just it's a mindset, and it's just got to have some toughness and step up there and make them.
I mean, there's no rest. You go to Monroe County tomorrow night, and before we talk about Monroe a minute, you're 4-1 now in the district. Warren East is 3-2. They beat Allen tonight. Glasgow now 2-3, and Allen's 0-3. And you still have Allen to play one more game. That should, with a win, it would definitely sew up the first seed. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not too worried about that right now. I know that's, you know, the 1 seed as long as we're keeping seeds and all that kind of stuff. But I'm most concerned about how we're playing and making sure that we get better. When you go through, you know, after you start going around the second time in the district, everybody knows how you play. Everybody knows how each other play, and you got to be able to counter some things, and you got to be able to clean some things up. And we didn't do that tonight for sure, and I don't think we've really done it this week, because folks watch film just like we do, and they try to take away things that you do well, and you got to be able to do some other things, and we haven't got to that point. And they also know what you do defensively and how to try to take advantage of those things, and we've got to get some of those things fixed.
Mm-hmm. Now, again, You go to Monroe County, a team that's lost a bunch of games by close margins. They've got 3 double-figure scorers, Arnett, Knuckles, and Williams, who combine for 45 of their points, and that's a tough place to play.
I think it's a very tough place to play. I don't think a lot of places. I think a lot of high school games, it doesn't matter where you play. I mean, obviously coming over here, it's a tough place to play. But a lot of places, I don't think it really matters. But I do think there it does, and I just told the guys that I think it's been a tough place to play, and a lot of that has to do with the players and coaches that they've had. But I'm sure they're disappointed with their loss last night.
Mm-hmm.
We're disappointed with ours tonight. So tomorrow night, it'll be a really good test. They've got a good team. I know they've lost a few close games, but they've also won a lot of games, and they've got good players that have played there for a long period of time, and skilled players. So we will have to go in there tomorrow night. It's good that we get to play again tomorrow. That we can bounce back and play again tomorrow. So we've got to flush this out of our system, learn from it, and come back tomorrow night and try to improve.
Bounce back, get a little rest tonight, get ready to go to T-ville tomorrow.
That's right.
Coach, see you tomorrow night.
All right, thanks, Jay.
Coach Warren Cunningham, the Trojans falling to the Glasgow Scotties 58-43 here on the Scotties home court. And we'll come back and wrap it up. Coach's comments brought to you by McDonald's. Enjoy a meal today at Glasgow McDonald's on Smith Road. Back to wrap it up after this break on 104 The Score.
To mess around, CPC Commodities.
What I really like about with Project Lead the Way and with the STEAM content that I get to teach is it makes those real world connections. It's allowing kids to put their brain in action. It's not that, we're not at that time in the game where we're sitting and getting and taking notes and content. It's taking that content and applying it to real world selections. And that's what Project Lead the Way is allowing us to do and create those opportunities. Those students that you have in the classroom that may struggle with that reading and math are thriving with this content because they're able to put solutions to problems and fix things that they wouldn't necessarily get in a normal math or reading classroom.
Just being able to figure out what didn't work and how to make it work and how to work through that process just in itself for you as a person is important, but also it builds those skills that are going to be necessary for each grade that follows us.
At the culmination of our pathways, students have the opportunity to go out into the community and to be able to co-op. It's through these experiences that kids get real life experience. They get to practice the skills that they learn in the class hands-on.
I'm working here at Commonwealth Broadcasting Corporation, and it's just really awesome. I get to do lots of cool stuff like write commercials. I've voiced a couple commercials, and I just kind of help out with whatever anybody needs. My favorite part is getting to meet all the different kinds of people and also just getting opportunities like this co-op. It's really just been a wonderful learning experience.
Favorite part is just being able, instead of being in a classroom where you have to sit all day, you're doing your own work for something that you're actually interested in. I would recommend this course to other students just because it'll let them know if they would like to do this for a career.
51-23 over the Lady Scotties, and the Trojans falling to the Scotties by a score of 58-43. Our next broadcast is tomorrow night from Tompkinsville. Trojans and Trojanettes heading over to Monroe County. The girls' game will start at 6 with the boys' game to follow. We'll be on the air at about 5:45 from Monroe County High tomorrow night. Until then, for Robert Bauer and our studio producer Todd Belcher, this is Jay Turner. Thanks for being with us, and good night from Scotty Gym.